evening, everybody, and welcome to high school football as we start the 2021 football campaign here for the Greenville GreenWave as they play host tonight to the Golden Eagles of Eaton High School. Alex Warner, along with Ty House, your 16 partner here for high school football.
Yep.
And we're glad you folks are watching this here on YouTube. Ty, it's always exciting at first game of the year, of course, but something special going on tonight pregame.
Absolutely. We're recognizing the 1971 football team, 50-year anniversary of the team that went undefeated and untied and winners of the MVL. And this was before high school playoffs, so that was quite a great achievement. And the previous team was 1954 that won the MVL and was undefeated. There hasn't been an undefeated, untied team since.
That's right.
We're celebrating that awesome 1971 football team tonight, and some of the members are able to make it back, and we'll introduce those members later on.
Yeah, I might mention Ty is one of those members that will be introduced. You have, what, about 25 or so, plus a couple cheerleaders from that ball club. And that ball club was unique in that they were coming off of 2 or 3 seasons in a row where they just didn't win many ball games.
No, I think it was like 1-9 or something the year before that. So, and there were some great athletes on those teams too that just couldn't get it over the goal line. But we had new coaches coming in,
right.
the Hall of Fame Tom Holman, and of course his staff. We'll talk about that in a little bit. What a world of difference, and we have some folks coming up who play for him on that team, and we'll get their insights on what they've seen as different things.
Yeah. We'll have some reminiscence throughout the course of the ball game, and we'll try not to give them the mic too many minutes of the telecast. Anyhow, this is a GreenWave ball club, Ty, coming off a 1-9 campaign last year, 7-3 the year before. Coach Bart Schmitz has a young offensive line coming in because we've got Hayden Bush back at quarterback, a veteran. We've got our top 3 receivers back, but boy, we have nothing coming back as far as rushing from last year.
Right. I think Jan Bryant's the closest one we had, and he had like 29 yards, I think, or something of that nature last year. So no, the waivers are some veterans in key positions, but again, in the skill positions, the running back in particular, just we'll see what we got. There's always somebody steps up and surprises us. So hopefully this year we'll have that.
Yeah, and like I said, we have a young offensive line, a couple old veterans in there, and Ty Bush as well as Truman Nicholas, but the rest we're going to see some sophomores in there, and we'll see how they handle things up front. Eaton, on the other hand, Eaton comes in with a new quarterback and veteran running backs. They have 3 running backs that ran for quite a few yards last year.
Yeah, over 300 some yards. I think I have the stats in front of me here. As a matter of fact, Aidan Williams had 523, Ashton Giote had 336, and Josh Martin 321, and they're all back. So definitely have running attack, and of course they put the knot on our head a little bit last year. We owe them one this year.
You know what's going to be nice? So like Ty said, they beat us 28-6. I think it was the 9th game of the season last year. It was late because usually, and I say usually, probably over the last 8 years or so, we've played Eaton in the opening game of the season. We're just hoping for a change. This ball game goes straight through because, Ty, it seems like every time we've played Eaton, there's either a delay because of lightning, thunderstorms, heavy rains, where we don't get done until midnight, or even on occasion suspended and play it on a Saturday morning to finish the game up. So hopefully, I think the weather's going to be okay tonight.
She'll just hold us off tonight and get this game in, and hopefully Wave will walk away with a victory.
Yeah, it's always, like I said, it's always exciting getting that first game. Everybody's undefeated. Everybody's psyched. We should have a good crowd considering last year very limited in attendance due to COVID. So this is going to be nice to have hopefully a fairly full house here tonight, and especially introducing that team that you were on from 50 years ago that went undefeated. So it should be a good time. We're glad you folks could join us. We have Michael Bryant and Shane Bragg from IMTV on the camera, our veteran crews returning. We have our veterans back this year, and we're just glad you could join us. Going to be a great evening, and hopefully bring home a Wave victory tonight. Ty and I'll be back in a little bit. Ty's going to be down on the field. We'll be introducing from up here the returnees from that 1971 ball club, and they look like they're all in pretty good shape. We won't have to wheel anybody out, will we?
No, I think we're in pretty good shape, yeah.
Okay. We'll be back in just a minute. Glad you could join us here. Alex Warner, Ty House. Welcome to High School Football 2021 as the Greenville GreenWave play host to the Eaton Golden Eagles. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Greenville, Ohio, as tonight the Greenville GreenWave play host to the Eaton Golden Eagles. Alex Warner here. Ty House will be along a little bit later on. As we mentioned earlier in the pregame show, a special occasion tonight. 50 years since the 1971 Greenville GreenWave football team went a perfect 10-0 undefeated and won the Miami Valley League in their last year in the league. Tonight we're bringing back about 21 or 22 of those former players as well as a couple cheerleaders. This is a ball club that wasn't expected to do a whole lot. a team that had gone 2-8 the year before and really had only won like 4 games in 3 years. Came in with new head coach Tom Holman, who'd been an assistant up at Sydney High School. Tom was only 24 years old. At the time then had the youngest coaching staff in the state of Ohio, along with assistant coaches Pete Moore, Rex Radiloff, and Mike Coberly. Tom Holman came in, a whole new attitude, had some athletes coming back, put people in proper positions, and now has been able to accumulate in the 3 years he served as head coach at Greenville a 26-win, 2-loss, 2-tie record, and again 10-0. So we've got these players that come in from all over the country, 50 years of football history in the making here tonight, and we'll introduce each of these players here in just a minute. Greenville's captains coming off the field, that'd be DJ Zimmer along with Truman Nicholas. Number 10 is Alex Bumgardner. Number 11 is Hayden Bush, the quarterback. So we'll have the introduction. It looks like we're going to have a good-sized crowd here, at least on the home stands tonight. We're still 25 minutes away from kickoff, and so here we go with the introduction of the 1971 undefeated Greenville GreenWave football team. Might mention tonight's game is being broadcast live on Fox 45. Fox 45 has Thursday night lights. This is one of the first games in the state of Ohio. And again, it's kind of unusual to have the first high school football games the first weekend of the Great Dark County Fair. You know, that's almost sacrilegious to some people here. Usually the first game is that second Friday night of the fair. This year it's been moved up as the state playoffs have expanded. And so everybody in the state starts 1 week early, and Greenville has the privilege of hosting one of the first games in the state this year. So again, this is the 1971 undefeated Greenville football team, winners of the last year that Greenville at that time was in the old Miami Valley League, and of course now the Wave in the new Miami Valley League. So I mentioned Ty House will be along a little bit later on, but Ty's on the field right now. Ty was a member of that team as a sophomore. And let's introduce the players from that ball club. PA announcer Mike Holler setting things up here as we'll have these players announced. Quite an occasion, and a lot of the fans here unaware of what happened 50 years ago, and so this is going to be kind of a treat not only for the players returning and their family members, but also for a lot of the fans that just completely unaware of how good this ball club was. Never got a chance to go in the playoffs because they didn't have playoffs. Here's Terry Dahl stepping forward. Mark Warner, my brother. Charlie Goodpaster, not here right now. Charlie didn't make it. Mark Nysonger, great linebacker. Mike Schroyer, one of the offensive linemen. Dave Holcomb, one of the defensive ends. Terry Greer. Tim Metter. Dan Stiegel. His brother Mike Stiegel. Mike, one of the Dark County Commissioners, of course. Neil Emmerich, looking very sporty. Jack Picanew. Jeff Picanew. You never guess those guys are twins. Tommy Dieter. The one and only Ty House. Mark Lewis. Big Bruce Hunt, one of the offensive linemen. Doug Combs, not here. John Hathaway, one of the team captains, stellar lineman. Steve Beamer. Dan Regal was a running back. We have two varsity cheerleaders. Cindy Burns Moore. Looks like she's ready to do some splits. And Peggy Crawford Black. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21 members of that ball club. It's the last time we had an undefeated, untied football team, 50 years ago. Again, they went 10-0. The following year, the ball club was 7-1-2. And then the third year of Tom Holman's reign, they went 9-1 and won another Southwestern Buckeye League championship. So Aaron Schaefer, the athletic director, out greeting each one of the members of this memorable club or memorable ball club, and you know, a lot of nostalgia, a lot of memories. These guys will get together here during the course of the ball game, and I'm sure we'll have a great time. Anyhow, the 1971 undefeated Greenville GreenWave football team. Ty will join me back up here in a little bit as we get ready to kick off the 2021 season. Once again, this is Greenville GreenWave playing host to the Golden Eagles of Eaton High School. We'll be back in just a moment.
Exactly. You put this on.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Miami Valley North Stadium. Here as the Wave prepare to take on the Eaton Golden Eagles. Alex Warner along with Ty House. We're going to be joined a little bit later on here in the first quarter by Mike Stiegel, Commissioner Mike Stiegel, a member of that 1971 undefeated MVL Championship GreenWave team. And Mike will chime in his 2 cents worth, which might be double the value of what it's worth, but we'll find out. Anyhow, Greenville won the flip, decided to defer to the second half. The Wave in the home forest green uniforms trimmed in white, and Eaton in the away white uniforms trimmed in purple. And Ty, these boys come up from Preble County and put a knot on her head last year.
Yes, they did. 25-6, I believe, or 28-6, what the score was. And they lost their starting quarterback, who was mentioned in pregame. They had 3 of their running backs back this year, so we'll see what happens. The Wave, as you mentioned, looking for that running back. We'll see who they start this year in the backfield, and
I think it's probably going to be Brock Short. We'll talk about him a little bit later on. Well, Ty, one thing we didn't mention in the pregame show, we talked about how we have our receivers back, as well as Hayden Bush, a starter at quarterback. One thing we didn't mention was we have a new kicker, and we'll have a new punter this year. Logan Syberry handled that last year, and right now it looks like number 23 for the Wave going to kick off here. And
that's Avery Ernst.
Avery Ernst, he's on the soccer team. I think that's what he does, is going to play soccer and then kick on well, Friday nights, but here we are on a Thursday night.
Well, you know, a lot of teams do that anymore. We've seen Alex with the kids. We saw a couple of ladies from the soccer team kick for a couple teams last year.
Well, the Wave are going to defend the north goal and kick off, and back deep for the Eaton Eagles is number, what was that, 6 or 16 out there?
6.
Number 6 for Eaton.
2.
Braden Deem and
Josh Martin and Braden Deem.
A perfect night for high school football here as we open up the 2021 season, and let's hope the Wave can get things going here early tonight.
Eaton coming off a 5-5 season last year, Wave 1-9, so look for both teams want to improve on that, I'm sure, going into this season.
I'm sure a lot of nervousness out there right now, ready to get that first hit out of the way and get this season underway. And this is Avery Ernst. Here's the kick, and it comes down. Pretty good leg that time.
It's going to be brought down by Josh Martin. Takes up and hit, and taken down around a 26.
Yeah, some good hard hitting in there. So Eaton will set up shop, 1st and 10, and the ball will be placed at their own, looks like 25-yard line. New quarterback coming in for Eaton.
Let's see how he does. He was backup last year for them. On the tackle, I think it might have been Ryan Staver, sophomore. One of the last men up on that tackle. So the ball will be on the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
One thing that's going to lead the Wave defense this year is going to be J.J. Zimmer playing inside linebacker, number 8. So we'll hear DJ's name called quite a bit, the 6'3", 220 senior. And here's a busted play right off the bat.
And we talked about DJ Zimmer. He's in on the tackle.
We'll pick the numbers up on these kids here as play goes on. Todd, we might mention, we might as well bring him in here. Long-time football official, sports aficionado, Mike Stiegel. And Mike, just a great group of guys showed up here tonight to honor that 1971 football team.
Yeah, they are a great bunch of guys. Still real good friends with everybody, and it was good to see a bunch of them again. Really a good thing.
Well, they picked up a yard on that broken play, brings up 2nd and 9, the ball at the 26-yard line of Eaton, and Ebright with it.
Looking to pass. He's got a man across the middle. And
Oh, my. Oh, he's going to
got it.
catch that. Oh, my. Let's see if we can get run down from behind here. Number 12 for Greenville finally hauls him down.
by Michael Crampton, but boy, what a nice catch.
Woo.
Stayed with it. Josh Martin, the senior wide receiver.
That's a little slant over the middle that you love so well there, Ty. And
I do love
he
that.
juggled it, popped it up, and fell right back in his hands. It takes it all the way down to the Wave 11-yard line. Mike, do you miss being out on the field? I mean, how many years did you officiate?
I was a high school official for 27 years, and do I miss it? No, I think I got out at just the right time.
Hey, you know, some of the coaching staffs of these area teams said the same thing.
Yeah, I heard that a lot from all of them. Hetrick, all those guys.
1st and 10, the ball at the Wave 11-yard line here. Eaton trying to get on the board early. A little swing pass.
To Martin, covered nicely by the Wave. He spins
Oh,
smooth, breaks
man.
a tackle.
Picks up 6 yards down to the 5. He was their leading receiver last year, Ty.
Yep.
He's not that big a kid either. He's, they got him listed 5'11", 140. That's ringing wet with his pads on, probably.
That's with full pads.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Mike, I know that you played center for that fantastic team. What was the thing that you thought most about that team, or you remember about that team?
The thing that I remember the most is that how efficient we were. Everybody did what they were supposed to do, and I think we were one of the least penalized teams ever in Greenville history. And I also remember that we were probably the best coached.
Yeah,
and that's the truth.
That is the truth.
I think Tom Holman may put the fear of God in you guys a little bit from time to time, did he?
Tom Holman never said very much to me, but when he did,
He got your attention?
It made, there's nothing worse than having your offensive line coach come up to you and go, Coach Holman wants to talk to you. And you're like, oh, Jesus, what'd I do?
Yeah.
Well, that's an incomplete pass there. Brings up 3rd and 4. The ball rests at the Wave 5-yard line. That was, again, Brock Ebright, the junior quarterback for the Golden Eagles here. And, hey, need to stop here. We've played almost 2 minutes, and Eaton's knocking on the door here, Ty.
Need to stop him right here. Big 3rd down play for the Wave. Unless they got a good kicker, this is definitely 4-down territory for the Eagles. Hand off the middle, hit and spins.
Oh,
and nice
good
tackle.
stick there.
Good stop.
Yep.
Pretty tackle.
Number 2, Brock Short came up, made the hit, but it stopped by, who's that, Zimmer made the initial hit?
I mean, hit the zitter.
4th and
We'll pick up some numbers here as we go through here.
4th and 3.
Sometimes Ryan
They got to go
Staver.
for it. They've got a kicker, a young man named Drew Michael, who was 15 of 16 on extra points last year and 3 of 5 for field goals, but looks like, is Eaton going to go?
I think they're going to go for it, though. Don't jump offside, Wave.
Yeah. 4th and 2. They can still pick up a 1st down without scoring. Let's stick them right here. Well, it's a big play here.
Rolling out to his
Ebright
right.
rolls out, has a
Oh,
man wide open. Nice
Yeah,
pass.
missed coverage someplace along the way.
Yep, number 84 for Eaton, and that's, let's see, 84, that's
Braden
Braden Boston. Yeah, one of their team captains. Boy, wide open. So with 9 minutes and 18 seconds left, Eaton, thanks to that one big play, that little slant pass over the middle, converts and takes an early 6-0 lead here. This will be Drew Michael, I think it is, to attempt the extra point. He's a junior, had a good year last year, as I mentioned, as a sophomore.
Snap, kicks up, blocked.
Yeah, got a chunk of it there.
Somebody got their hand on it.
Yeah, how about that? Okay, well, we'll take that, and DJ Zimmer comes out of there
Limping.
limping a little bit. We don't want that.
No.
Well, 6-0 Eaton on the first possession. And, Mike, let's talk a little bit about, well, we'll talk a little bit more about your football after you left here. But first of all, in your years of officiating, did you notice much of a change in play?
Oh, yeah. The players.
Physicality in the players, or what?
When I first started officiating, I could look at the captains either in the eye or down. And when I retired, I was looking up at everybody. I mean, these kids got bigger. And
you didn't get smaller. They just got bigger.
they got bigger.
All right.
I will tell you this, though. This is probably my second time on a Thursday night that I did a couple of Thursday night games, but the one that I most remember, and it's very apropos for tonight, is Jim Place, the announcer down there. We had the first Thursday night game in the state of Ohio. It was Chaminade Julian. He was a coach, and against Northmont at Northmont. And it was a really big deal. We had everybody from the state there and everything. And Jim was the head coach, and I was the referee. So how about that?
Yeah, might mention Jim Place is here along with Doug Brown doing the play-by-play and color commentary. This game being televised live on Fox 45 as part of their Thursday night lights. And every week they'll have a game they've chosen, and we're just honored that This worked out, picked us.
But I talked to Jim right before the game, and I asked him if he remembered that. He said, "Oh yeah, I remember you." He said, "You missed that call in the first quarter."
Among many others, probably. But
you asked about the 5 you got right.
You wore the white hat most of the time.
Yeah, they yell. I always thought that was funny, especially officiating, is if there's a pass 45 yards downfield, they don't scream at the back judge. They're screaming at me. I'm like, did you see? And it was always the same thing. Did you see that? No.
My brother Kirk officiated for 30-some years, and he was an umpire, and then he moved to the white hat position. He said the best thing about that was you were far enough away from either sideline. They couldn't get at you too much, and then by the time they saw the tape of the game, you were way out of town.
Yep. Well, the good part about it, too, it's the best place on the field to watch the game.
Exactly. Well, here's a kickoff, and boy, that kid's got a leg. Drew Michael bangs it through the end zone, and so Greenville will take over for the first time this year under the leadership of veteran quarterback Aidan Bush, and they'll set up shop at their own 20-yard line on the touchback. Well, it's going to be interesting to see. Brock Short now will be, I think, the featured running back here. He's a junior, had a really promising start in 7th and 8th grade football here at Greenville, then moved away for a few years, and now is back as a 5'8", 155-pound junior, and we'll see how things go for the Wave here.
In the backfield was Nolan Curtis as well.
This is
pass, swing out to Brock. He's got it, and tackled right away after maybe a yard gain, maybe.
You know, we might mention, Ty, that Truman Nicholas, a 6-foot senior, one of the captains, will be playing only at center. We thought we'd see a lot of him defensively, but he has an ACL injury, and he's going to try to gut it out through the course of the football season here, playing only center. He will not be playing on defense like he normally would. So ACLs, let's hope he can make it through the season here. He's got a big brace on that leg. So.
He's a good athlete.
Good athlete. Well, it's second, and we'll still call it.
Well, yeah, he's a center.
Night.
Come on.
He's a center. Yeah, I know. Stiegel's over here.
He's part of that. He's a good athlete.
Here's Brock Short. Makes a nice cut. Keep going. Hard running.
Nice run, number 2. Way to go, Brock.
First down on a 16-yard pickup out to the 36-yard line at Greenville.
Well, the Wave put some good blocks on the outside there, number 10.
We'll need to pick up some of the numbers. This is a fairly young offensive line we've got going here right now.
You mentioned Truman Nicholas. I think Ty Bush is out there. He's a junior, number 61. We'll get some other numbers as well. It's a big first down play for the Wave. Coming out.
Nolan Curtis is going to see a lot of action here tonight, too. Number 9.
Goes both ways, I believe.
Yeah, split wide right here is Nolan Ellis, number 21, one of the sophomore receivers. This is short again.
Nice block.
Get through there. How about this? Nice run.
Nice run. Stopped.
I got a chance to talk to Coach Smits earlier this week, and asked him how the team was going to be, and he said, well, if some of the juniors step up, we could be pretty good. That offensive line looks pretty good so far.
So far, a nice hole there that time, and Brock hit it real quick, and away he went. A big first down for the Wave. The ball on the 39-yard line of the Eaton Eagles.
7:30 to go here in the first quarter. Eaton with that 6-0 lead on the opening possession. Wave moving it down, started at 20, got it all the way down to the Eaton 39-yard line. Hey, let's just run short till we can't.
Oh, he broke a tackle.
Yeah, nice. Tackles. Boy, nice running by the junior.
Look at
still
that guy
on
going.
his feet.
Wow. Now that was all number 2 right there.
Yes, sir. Well, it's good to have him back in the saddle.
Oh, my golly.
Brock Short. This has been the Brock Short show here in the first 3 or 4.
That run there was all Brock Short. He's going to come out with a breather, and well-deserved.
Yeah, nice
broke
run.
3 tackles and kept his balance for several more yards. Nicely done.
Number 12, Michael Crampton comes in as a receiver, bringing the play in. Who else we have out there? Baumgartner 13 is Million Bryant. 73 for the Wave is Chase Drew, a sophomore. His dad down here, the spotter for the PA system. And this is going to be Ellis, and boy, he's hauled down from behind. Nice tackle.
Good play by number 34 of the Eaton Eagles. That was Ashton Giote.
Yeah, I looked that up, and I'm not sure how that's pronounced. It's what? Geoit. one of the team captains, and I was remiss in not finding the pronunciation there.
So we'll call him Ashton. There's only one Ashton out there, maybe. Nicely done. Nice tackle.
Lost the yard.
Second and 11. We lost the yard on that play.
Let's see if we can answer that Eaton touchdown back here on our first possession. Hayden Bush has only thrown the one pass so far as we kept it on the ground. Here's short.
Nice hole up the middle.
Yeah, we're opening some gaps in there, aren't we?
Nice job there.
Mike, who was the starting lineman for your team in that 71 season? You
Bill,
at center.
I was at center. Charlie Goodpasture was the right guard. Mike Schroyer was the left guard. Bill Eisen was the left tackle, and John Hathaway was the right tackle.
Okay.
Tight end, Dave Sackett.
Tight end, Dave Sackett.
I tell you what, and Goodpasture and Schroyer were fairly small linemen at the time. What, about 150 pounds?
About
maybe?
150 pounds, and but honestly, with the system we had, we could block anybody. So.
And they did.
And they did, yeah.
And they did. Okay.
That's a good offensive line. And Tim McKibben will come in off the sideline, bring plays in once in a while.
Yep.
Guard play.
Brock Short with a 5-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 6. The ball at the 12-yard line of Eaton. Uh-oh. I thought we were going to have a motion penalty. Oh, no.
Wow.
Woo. Boy.
Yeah, what is a motion penalty?
Hayden Bush tried to go outside to Nolan Ellis, and number 17 for the Eaton Golden Eagles, that would be Leslie Orr, sophomore defensive back, just about had that, and about 85 yards of green space and nobody between him and the goal line. Wow. Well, they say that's why they're defensive backs, because they can't catch,
Can't
right?
catch it, that's it.
What are defensive backs? For wide receivers who can't catch?
Failed as wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still got his learner's permit.
Rotate.
Well, let's see. We're going to try to field goal here with Avery Ernst.
Yes, we are. Avery goes out there.
Well, it's 4th and 6 at the Eaton 12, so this will be a 29-yard attempt. Avery Ernst, his dad's the head girls soccer coach, I think. See if Avery can bang one through here.
Got a leg.
That should be
good. Yes, buddy. Nice job, Avery. By the way, we're on the board here, 5:10 remaining in the first quarter. That brings the score 6-3 Eaton at the Wave on the board.
Yeah. We'll come back. We'll take a short break here. We'll be back here watching high school football on YouTube at GHS IMTV. We'll be back in just a minute.
Welcome back, everybody. Your score is 6-3 if you just joined us. The Wave responding to an Eaton touchdown with a nice drive. Got a field goal with 5:10 remaining in the first quarter, and the Wave ready to kick off.
Hey, Ty, something I'm not real thrilled to see is DJ Zimmer sitting on the bench here really hobbling. We don't want that.
No, that's our man on defense right there.
This is number 6 with the ball tonight. No, number 2. Excuse me, number 2.
He's the guy that causes problems. He goes down.
That's Martin, right?
Brought out of bounds by number 21, Nolan Ellis.
Well, Eaton will have the ball for the second time here. They took it downfield and put 6 on the board and have that 6-3 lead. Mike Stiegel with us here, county commissioner, former GreenWave great, and long-time high school official. Mike, after you left, then you went to Central Michigan.
Yeah, I went to Central Michigan for a year, played football, got hurt up there, and got interested in radio, and then I ended up down in Wilmington, Ohio after I got my radio license. And down at Wilmington, I had the only live radio program in the country with Paul Brown right from the field. So, twice a day.
The Bengals were training camp down there. That's right. Well, this is Ebright at quarterback again, the junior signal caller, and has a lot of experienced running backs, and here's one of them right here. Boy, nice spin move.
A nice run.
That was number 23 carrying the ball that time. Number 23 is Aidan Williams. He had, over 500 yards last year, if I'm not mistaken, as a junior. And Ty, DJ Zimmer on the bench, having his ankle looked at.
That's not good. That's not a good sign.
So we'll have to pick up who's inside linebackers here now. Number 39 is Crampton.
38 is Favor. And it looks like Nolan Curtis is in there as well. Hand off right there again, Nolan.
Yep.
Boy. All righty.
That's it.
2 tough yards.
Boy, that's a little late hit there, but what do you think there, Mr. Official Stiegel?
That's okay.
That's okay?
Right. Whistle hadn't blown.
They were tied up.
Foul?
They were tied up together. So.
Okay. What's the toughest call for any of the 5 positions on
pass interference?
The pass interference call?
I used to hate that, and I wasn't even involved in it. But, there was always going to be an argument.
Yeah.
And I had to explain why it was, well, you know.
Yeah, from the referee's position.
Yeah, and my greatest explanation was I never saw it.
Even holding calls sometimes are can go either way, can't you?
Well, this is 2nd and 5 for Eaton at their own 44-yard line. We're down to 3:50 to go here. Ebright has some room. Has a man open.
Kick it away.
He's talking about holding. You can call holding on every play, but
exactly.
But if it's, you'll learn eventually that if okay, you see a kid holding on the left-hand side and the play's going to the right.
Right.
You want to tell him after the play you saw what he did. Don't do that again, but let it go.
Yeah.
It has no effect on the play.
Right. You know, one of the things I always noticed anyway for that team, 71 team, the year before that, as far as number of what I viewed as sheer athletes, there seemed to be more, not that we're bad at that 71 team from juniors and sophomores and seniors, but there's a lot of good players in that 70 team.
Oh, there's some great
guys that you wonder why we struggle so much. I think you're right. Coach was a big thing.
Nice cut inside there. Eaton on first down at the Wave 47.
If you can find a coach that can evaluate your talent and knows what'll work and can sell it to you, you're going to be fine. I think Coach Schmitz is probably going to do okay here. I think the kids are buying into it. His squad's getting bigger. Greenville needs athletes. We just don't have a lot of great athletes.
Well, that's a gain of about 5, brings up 2nd and 5 as we near the 3-minute mark here in the first quarter. Eaton, second possession, second trip inside Wave territory. Brock Ebright again, the junior, and he's got some running backs there. Let's see if the Wave defensively can hold this Eaton ball club.
Pretty well. Nice out pattern.
Yep. Try to hit
Good
Braden
defense.
Boston.
Yeah, nice defense by Michael Compton.
Okay,
you talked about the coach recognizing talent or whatever. I thought Coach Holman and his staff had a unique ability to put people in a position that they could be successful.
Coach Holman had the simplest offenses and defenses ever. We didn't have a chance to make a mistake because it was so simple.
Well, he got a lot of that. He came down from Sydney, and Sydney had a string going of undefeated seasons up there. And Tom was an assistant coach and brought that philosophy down here to Dork County.
I'll tell you after this.
Yep, 3rd and 5, ball at the Wave 42.
Looking for it out. Thank you.
Little high, had him open.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
on the coverage for the Wave number
I remember the first time we met Coach Holman. He came in, he had his gray shorts on, his gray T-shirt that he always wore, and he pushed his glasses up, and he had a football in his hand. He said, "Boys, by the time camp's over, you're going to know what to do with this thing." And he walked out.
A man of few words.
He worked us hard.
But it was very disciplined. I remember
very disciplined.
Just to break the huddle to go on offensive line.
Oh, man.
And you worked on how many times to do that? Just over and over till everybody was.
If somebody was a half second late, we'd do that 10 other times.
Yep. It was amazing.
Well,
timeout for the Wave.
I will tell you this, though. Sam Speidel was the quarterback. He's probably the best one Greenville's ever had. And Sam and I were in practice one day, and Sam dropped the ball. I swear, I hit him right in the hands with it. He told Holman, he said, "I dropped the ball." Holman said, "You guys are going to stay after practice. You're going to give me 100 snaps." we did. We're like, it's not even my fault.
Well,
you were guilty by association there.
Yeah.
Your knuckles dragging the ground.
Well, we were a team, you know. We were a team.
Yeah.
Were your knuckles dragging the ground after 100 snaps?
Yeah.
How many balls you drop after that? Probably none.
I don't think we had a fumble from center all year long. I was too scared.
You know, Tom, we wanted to pick up a couple other kids on as the game goes on. Jason Byram was out there on defensive line along with A.J. Schaefer, 6'3", 205-pound junior. And we'll get some other numbers. Number 78 out there, Jordan Gump, a 6'4" senior, has been in the defensive line. And this is going to be 4th and 5, and they're going to punt. And back punting for the Eagles is Theo Winings.
The 51, Casey Willis is out there on the special teams.
Back deep for us is Brock Short. Well, let's see if the young man gets the punt here.
Keeps it away from him. He's going to go to the right and out of bounds. A good roll.
That's a pretty nice punt there.
Yeah,
got about the 8-yard line or thereabouts. So be 1st and 10 for the Wave, deep in their own territory.
Yeah, let's see. We put together a pretty nice drive there in the first possession. Took it down, stalled out, kicked the field goal, and this time we're going to start just a little further back in our own territory. Where they placed the ball? About the 8-yard line there?
looks like it.
Yeah.
What you talk about pass interference being tough, and you say you can kind of look at holding off and on. Is it or isn't it? Any other particular calls that it's just real tough for any of the position officials to make out there?
No, not. They're not really hard to make. It's just, you know.
You got to sell the call when you make it, right?
Well, you got to be sure the way you normally do holding call is I used to tell the kid, I saw your left hand had a handful of jersey 76, and I never had an argument.
Okay.
They never argued with it.
Boy, what a nice hole, and look at Brock Short. Nice run, man, a 22-yard pickup.
That's a nice hole created by the offensive line in there that time, and Brock hit it quick. Number 73, Bryce Drew made a nice hole.
Yeah, right now the Wave are opening up some gaps in that front wall of
Jason
Eaton.
Byron.
That young line is really looking good.
Yeah.
Jason Byron did a nice job on that, as well as our center. Nicely done.
Brock Short hits the hole pretty quickly. You know, some of the best tie over the years we've seen have been Corey Connect and, of course, Zach Melling, guys that just bang, hit that hole. And Brock Short right now has been pretty impressive here in the opening drive or two.
And he explodes through it. You know, it's boom and then bam.
Here it is right there. Now, not much that time, but picked up maybe 2.
Falls forward.
Yeah, that's important.
Yes.
2 minutes to go here. 6-3 deficit facing the Wave as Bart Schmidt in his 3rd year at the helm of the green and white, and looking to come back. You know, Ty, last year we just averaged 6.5 points a contest. We only scored 65 points for the entire year and finished 10th in the MVL in total offense. And so we need something to rejuvenate that that attack, and hopefully Brock Short here and get things rolling with that new line. Here's Short again outside. Can he turn it? Boy,
wow,
he breaks some tackles, doesn't he?
Thank goodness, because he was nailed off.
You know, speaking of breaking tackles, one of the best I think I've ever seen. Did you ever have Ryan Brewer and Troy Trojans?
Oh my gosh, Ryan Brewer is my all-time favorite team captain.
Really?
That kid, and every time I had him, he was hilarious. The coach would be screaming at him, take the penalty. He'd come up, actually down at Trotwood one time, he'd come up, put his arm around me, and goes, okay, Mike, what should I do? And I said, well, if it was me, I'd take the penalty. And his coach is going, take the penalty. And Ryan looks at me and he goes, what do you think would happen if I declined it? I said, I'm not going to let you do that.
You know, he could probably have gotten away with it. He was all Ohio.
Yeah.
He was probably one of the best I've seen at breaking tackles.
He
had thighs like tree trunks.
He was a great runner.
Hayden Bush going to pick up a first down here. Going to come up just a little short.
But yeah, Ryan always had something. He'd walk over and I'd start explaining stuff to him. He'd go, I don't know what to do. What would you do? And I said, I'd just go back and I'll mark it off for you.
Well, Ty, here comes a big call. It's 4th and 2. The ball at the Wave 37. And going to go for it, going to gamble, or we're going to talk it over? Nope, we're going to punt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bart Smith saw that. I think Brewer was Mr. Football, wasn't he?
Yeah, in Ohio.
Went
South Carolina.
Yep.
Went South Carolina.
He was really disappointed that Ohio State didn't.
Yes.
Exactly. Then he put the knot on her head in a bowl game.
But I don't know whatever happened to Ryan, but he's my all-time favorite captain. He was a character.
Well, back to punt. This is going to be number 9, Nolan Curtis.
Wow, good punt.
Oh, rats.
Get him right there.
Oh, good job.
Nice job.
Good job.
Well, nice brought down by Evan Mannix, sophomore, so it was right there, Johnny, on the spot.
Well, that's going to wrap up. Well, not quite. There's 3 seconds left here. 6-3 lead. Hey, Mike Stiegel, thanks for coming up, buddy.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. It's been a pleasure. It's been a great night, and go Wave.
Thank you. Mike Stiegel, center on that undefeated ball club back in '71, county commissioner, longtime official, and always glad to share his opinions with your fans out there. It's always good to have Mike up here. And that's, let's see, we'll get one more player. They're just going to, there's 3 seconds left here.
The clock to stop, so.
We've got a TV timeout. This is something we don't always have here, Ty.
Oh, that's right.
Boy, look, that is bad. That is DJ Zimmer, and instead of his ankle, it looks like a knee. Oh man. DJ's our leading tackle. He just should have been and hopefully we'll get back here, but a dominant force on defense. And we watched him in basketball, of course, and that young man, if he gets his hand on a basketball, you're not getting it out of there.
No, he's by far the strongest player on the court.
Oh, boy, that is too bad. I mean, that was on the first possession of the season of his senior year. Well, let's hope that's just a sprain, nothing serious. Man. That is too bad. Well, there's 3 seconds to go here. In case you just joined us, Eaton took the opening kickoff on about a, 3rd down pass play over the middle.
That was huge.
That ball was juggled.
And
juggled, popped up. Mr. Morton, I think it was, whoever it was, caught the pass and then took it down and finally was hauled down in there from behind by Quentin Peach, I believe. No.
No, it was Michael Crampton.
Michael Crampton, yes. Yeah.
Number 12, defensive back for the Wave.
Yeah. Well, this will be the last play of the first quarter.
Welcome back, everybody. We start the second quarter of action. Eaton with the football on the 36-yard line of the Wave.
2nd and 5, and Ebright back in shotgun formation this time.
Quick
Gonna
out.
look out here.
Yeah.
That's, who's that, Winings? No, number 17, Leslie Orr. Yeah, sophomore. He looks like he's going to be one of their main threats. Hey, we're joined here, Ty, now in the second quarter by probably one of the hardest-hitting linebackers in Greenville football history, Mark Nysonger. And Mark, glad to have you here. It's a great honor to have you up here along with the rest of that 71 ball club, or 79 or 71 ball club.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. The only person that hit harder was my brother.
Yeah.
Is that what he says, or is that what you say for him?
I have to say that.
Jay was a really good ball player for sure.
Yeah. Had the Nysonger boys there as a pickup for Eaton of about 4. He's going to bring up a second and 5, or call it 6 at the Wave 47. The Nysongers always kind of set the stage there, and then we came along with Lance Regal and some of these other kids that were good, hard-hitting linebackers. But Mark was the first one through. And Mark, you guys, you were a junior that year, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, and came through, and then you guys went 7-1-2, and just some really tough ball games when you were a senior that could have gone either way and left you with 2 undefeated seasons back-to-back there.
Yeah, it'd been nice if we had gone undefeated my senior year.
Yes, yeah. I'm trying to remember on that. That's a short gain. Will bring up a 3rd and 2 at midfield stripe. I'm trying to remember, was it Northmont or West Milton, or who got you guys?
Northmont got us here. It was a real close game. Danny Stiggle got injured right at the 50-yard line. Blew out his knee.
Yep.
And that kind of really devastated us. And then I don't remember.
You had 2 ties in there someplace.
Yeah.
Brookville's one, I think.
Yeah, Brookville was a tie, and I don't remember the other one.
There's a wet field, I think, down there at that time. And
yeah, it was crappy.
Oh man.
Wow, almost got it there. Wow, nice play.
Nice breakup.
Was that
Boy.
Million Bryant there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Boy, that was close to going the other way for 6 for the Wave. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 2 at midfield. Let's see, Eaton going to punt again? Or are they going to go for it? Looks like they're going to punt.
I'll be darned. Okay.
Well, Mark, when Tom Holman came in, kind of turned things around for you guys, didn't they? Along with that young staff. Pete Moore was a defensive coordinator at the time?
Yes, correct, yeah. Yep. And then Tom, Pete, and Rex all left here to go to Fremont.
Right.
And Charles Woodson was at Fremont and just got inducted to the Hall of Fame, and they coached Charles Woodson at Fremont.
Yeah. So I assume they had a pretty decent team.
I'm going to guess.
They had a great team. Yeah.
Well, the punt goes out of bounds, and the Wave will set up shop here for their 3rd possession tonight at their, 11-yard line. So, Ty, we've been started at the 20, the 8, and now the 11.
Well, the field position war has been won so far by the Eaton Eagles, but Wave can get another good drive on, and like they did the first possession.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, do you think one of the keys to the success you guys had as a junior and then again as a senior, Coach Holman got people in the right positions based on their talents?
Absolutely. We weren't any bigger than these guys, but we just had good guys, and but the coaches really did a great job.
Got you in a place where you should be successful.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow, almost there.
Million Bryant looks like comes up holding his hand here. On first down, that little quick pass, trying to hit the slant, and it didn't get there, did it?
No, it did not. Hit off his thumb, but it was that pass got to be bam, real quick. Can't be set back, and that's got to be a quick pass. Well, it brings up 2nd and 10. Ball on the Wave, 11-yard line. And checking in is number 2 for the Wave, Brock Short.
Hey, I tell you what, the sun's come out, hasn't it? A beautiful night for high school football.
Beautiful evening.
Flags just hanging limp down here at the south end. And
They've done a nice job running down the middle.
Yes, they have.
That's what I would be doing, but I doubt if that happens.
We'll see.
I think he's going to throw the ball. No, he's going to run it. That's great.
Front row,
Pop it outside. Oh, nice tackle
nice
from
job
behind.
tackling there. Double team, 34 and 28 for Eaton Eagles. Did a nice job. That's Ashton Jute and 38.
Yeah, lost a yard there. It's going to be 3rd and 11. Mark, we were talking this Brock Short has come back after being out of the district for 2 years. A small running back. You guys had small running backs, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. There was quite a few that was really George Garcia,
Joe Toman.
Joe Toman.
The main ones.
Those guys were fast. I mean, real fast. Of course, then receivers, we had Mike Fields and Mike Rhodes.
That helped. That helped too. And Sam Spidle getting the ball to him.
Sam was an excellent quarterback.
Look out, Hayden. Oh, man. Well, Hayden was under a lot of pressure that time. Eaton starting to bring a little more pressure up front, and Hayden had to get rid of it. And Ty, not much happened that time.
What's happened? See how far our runners are down? It's that one. The old school, you run like two guys run 50 yards down. We had enough time. Where's that quick slant to make the linebacker stay? You know,
they're trying to get the first down. He just didn't have enough time to
get there.
Release the ball.
Well, it's going to be 4th and 11, 9:06 to go here in the first half, and Eaton holds on to that 6-3 lead, and it looks like timeout going to be called by Eaton. Mark, let's talk a little bit after you left Greenville High School here. Then let's just kind of catch us up a little bit, college and coaching and things of that nature.
I went to Findlay to college. Started off 4 years at Findlay.
At linebacker?
Yes.
Okay.
Was an All-American there my junior, senior year. Was all-conference my sophomore, junior, senior year. Left to go. Pete Moore offered me a job at Fremont. I turned it down. I ended up going to Bryan, Ohio, and we went 9-1. I was a defensive coordinator.
Wow, right out of school then, huh?
Yeah, and then I left there to go to West Carrollton. I was there 2 years in West Carrollton, and we had 17 kids sign Division I the 2 years I was there.
Woo! Wow.
And then,
that's when West Carrollton had some athletes.
Yeah, we were stacked. We had a great, and it was nice because I was an offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator.
Oh, wow.
And so it's only because of head coach Lonnie Norris, who's from Arcana.
Right.
Yeah.
Lonnie knew that I was a football junkie and, enjoyed it. And then I left there to go to Ball State to do my master's. I was there 2 years at Ball State under Dwight Wallace.
As a grad assistant?
Grad assistant. Then I got he gave me a part-time job the second year. Then I left there to go to Franklin High School down in near Middletown.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had a staff of 17 assistant coaches that I hired. And I had the first female trainer in the state of Ohio. She was female. She was our full-time trainer. I ended up with 112 kids.
Wow.
My third year coaching there. And actually, we came up here and played Greenville. And the head coach at that time was Doug Miller.
Yes.
And Doug and I were teammates at Findlay. And so I was able to bring up my squad from Franklin, and we beat them. We beat Greenville that night. I don't remember the score.
Nice tackle by the Waves number 30.
And then I left here. I left Franklin, and then I went to Manchester College near Fort Wayne to be a defensive coordinator at Division III school. Then I left there to go to Findlay. I was the coordinator there, left there to go to Edinburgh, and I was there from 88 through 95 under Tom Holman.
Right.
And then Tom and I parted ways, and then I've been with New York Life Insurance Investments for 26 years.
Where do you live now then?
I still live in Edinburgh.
Okay, still in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I probably I did recruit every high school in Ohio at one time for both Findlay, Manchester, and Edinburgh.
Okay.
And then I had a spot in Baltimore, and then I had 3 counties in Florida I used to recruit. Wow. So I was on the road quite a bit.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Eaton Eagles on the way, 43. They get good field position.
Oh, Ebrahim with a...
Got a man.
It's going to be in the sunshine. Oh, what a catch.
Yeah.
Did he haul that in?
Wow, yes, he did.
Number
nice
10,
wow.
Theo Wining's a senior.
That's a great catch.
That was a
nice
good little,
catch.
you see the little pump fake there, and that let him get back.
Yeah.
And boy, what a catch. He almost had to look back in the sunshine, too.
And he caught the defensive back on
Yeah.
his heels.
Yes, it was. And
Yeah.
caught him, Michael Compton, back on defense that time. And
Well, that's a big play that Eaton pulls off and brings up a 1st and 10
nice catch, nice
at the
pass.
Wave 11-yard line. So we got Mark Nysonger here, one of the Greenville's all-time great linebackers. And, man, you saw quite a bit of college football as well as high school football over the years then, didn't you?
I saw a lot.
I bet you did. Well, this is 1st and 10 at the Wave 11. Oh, a good
You book a
defense.
tackle.
Yeah, he
Came
got a
down that
yard,
way.
but Good interior defense that time by the Wave.
They've been able to stop their run. They just haven't done a real good job passing game-wise.
Right.
They can't stop their pass.
We haven't put a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nice tackle there by the Wave. Jordan Gump got in there and broke things up. He was the first man to make the hit. So bring up a 2nd and 10. Ballston 11. Your score, 6-3 if you just joined us. Eaton on top of the Wave. We're at the 8:15 mark here in the second quarter. So do you miss football much as far as the coaching aspect of it? Or
I don't. I did at first, but I'm still coaching. It's just financial coaching now.
Oh, there you go.
Financial coaching. Okay.
Nice tackle.
That's a great tackle. He did a nice job reacting to the situation.
Pretty play.
Yeah, Braden Deem, I should say, made the catch, and boy, he was dropped right there, wasn't he?
It's a real nice crowd for the first opening game of the year.
Well, we were talking about, with COVID last year, we were really limited in, the spectators you could have here. And so it's just nice to see on a Thursday night. It's kind of strange, and we were talking earlier, Mark, with the Darke County Fair so prevalent in everybody's mind, that usually the first football game's that last Friday of the fair, and here we're getting started before the fair.
And a chance to be on TV, which is good recognition.
Yeah,
so,
right.
And Greenville always travels and also has a good crowd all the time. So
yeah. This is Ebright rolling out. Oh, man, had a guy wide open. Is that, who is that?
That's our 17 sophomore.
17 again.
Yeah. Leslie Orr. Wow.
I tell you that Ebright's doing a pretty good job considering this is his first year of starting. Is there a flag on the field?
We could only hope.
No.
Nope, that's going to be another 6 points.
Well,
you're right. They're kind of eating us up on the passing game.
Well, he got away with the push off, but they ain't going to call it.
Yeah, I was going to say he got open, didn't he?
He did push off on him.
Well, 12-3, 7-11 to go here, and Eaton's on the scoreboard for the second time tonight.
Snaps up, and kick is good. That'll bring it to score 13-3, Eaton Eagles. Well, we'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. Your score, 13. Eaton, 3. I guess was good. Did it not count it?
I just haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet.
Okay.
It certainly looked good.
Yeah.
The officials are talking things over there. I'm not sure what that's about. Anyhow, we'll be back in just a minute here, 13-3, we think, your score.
Well, this kicker is a good kicker.
Welcome back, everybody. 7-11 remaining here in the second quarter. I guess he did not count the extra point, as the scoreboard still says 12-3.
Boy, I could have sworn that was good,
but evidently not.
If that's true, he only missed one extra point last year as a sophomore. Wow. He's got a pretty good leg on him, though.
Yes, he does.
Look at this.
That's a great.
Yeah, in the end zone again.
Nice kick.
Drew Michael is a 5'11", 170-pound kicker, and boy, he's got a pretty strong leg on him.
Real nice.
Yeah.
He's a junior?
Yeah, just a junior.
Wow.
Yeah, he was 3 for 5 on field goals last year. Alex Warner along with Ty House, and then our guest here at the second quarter, Mark Nicehonger from that undefeated 71 GreenWave football team. And Ty, once again, this is the 4th time Greenville's had the ball. We've started the 20 twice, the 11th once, and the 8. We just don't have good field position, do we?
Eaton's won that battle, that part of it.
Well, boy, I am surely shocked at that extra point. Sure looked good from here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, Hayden Bush needs to get something going here. Brock Short.
Way to go, Brock. Break it,
boy,
buddy.
He is running well, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the play.
And it seems like it's mostly over the right side, too.
Yep, right off tackle.
Yep. Who's that leading the way over there on the right tackle, right guard? Is that
that's
Schaefer?
Truman Nicholas and Schaefer on that right side.
Well, nice run. Takes it out to the 37-yard line, 17-yard gain. Tell you, Brock Short's going to be getting close to 100 yards here if he keeps this up in the first half.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he just, like we said, he played in the 7th and 8th grade, moved away for 2 years, and now he's back as a junior and running well.
They've done a good job running the ball.
Come on, Hayden, here he is. That's it. That's Nolan Curtis. No gain. Nice stick that time.
Ready play by number 28, Christian Reyna. Nice tackle.
Mark, what difference have you seen, say, from the time you played to some of these kids now? And you've seen high school football all the way through. Is there any change? Or
the biggest change would be
size?
The skill set in terms of passing and catching.
Okay.
And obviously the speed. Offensive line looked about the same.
Okay. So is it just better training techniques
better,
and weight work and things like that? Bush has a long pass downfield.
Oh, what a
hold
catch.
that in.
Oh, boy.
What a catch. Boy,
Alex
that was Alex Bumgarner. That was a great catch. Aidan Bush put that, the only place that only one person could catch
nice.
it, and what a great catch by Alex Bumgarner.
Yeah, kept his toes in bounds to haul that in.
Need a bunch of those.
Yes,
Oh,
sir,
that's a
buddy.
big first down. Nice play.
37-13 and 7. That's a 30-yard pickup for the Wave down to the Eaton 33, 1st and 10. Yeah, that was a great catch by Alex. Those two are starters on our basketball team, Mark. They're both 6'4", quarterback and receiver there.
Wow.
This is Brock Short. Get outside. Look at him break tackles and get going. Another
great.
first down.
Nice.
Uh-oh. Eaton has a player down. He's going to get up. Number 34 at shaking it off is Aidan Gio.
That's our good linebacker there.
Right.
We see where P.J. Zimmer has his pads off.
Yeah,
so
that doesn't look good.
No.
This Zimmer kid, Mark, we've talked about.
He's our football player.
He's our Mark Neislonger this year, and boy, to get hurt on the first defensive possession of the year
boy.
with a knee with an ice bag is not good.
No.
Oh, that's a penalty.
You know,
yeah,
I was just getting ready to say this game for the first game of the season's been cleanly played. I think that's the first penalty they've called, isn't it? No, we had one. We had one earlier.
Yep, Wave had one against
That's
them.
right. That's right. So only the second penalty here of the night. 5:45 left here in the first half.
We've been nice. The Wave can answer that touchdown with one of their own.
Exactly.
Right here.
Yeah, they need to get 7 points up.
You're within striking distance easily then. Field goal difference only.
You know, Mark, when you guys played, you didn't see any shotgun snaps, did you?
No.
Everything was under center.
Yeah.
Come on, Short. That's Brock Short running hard again.
Yeah, I noticed a difference. Like you said, Mark, the passing game, we've seen some quarterback play and wide receiver play on some other schools where it's timing. I mean, it's just like college. They're just breaking right there's a ball so much better.
Well, you know they go to so many 7-on-7 camps. And,
right.
And they're playing against one another all summer. And, you know, I know my brother's coaching at Beaver Creek, and that's all they do. They do that throwing stuff all the time.
You still got to be able to stick it on the ground and pound it, don't you?
Yep, you still do.
Yep.
Well, this is 1st and goal at the 7.
Nice play.
Nice play right there. Ooh, gap closed quick.
Uh-oh. Oh, that ball, surely he was down.
Yeah, he's
wasn't it?
down.
He called him
Yeah.
White hat's got him
Okay.
down, so.
Yeah. I was going to say that ball came out late.
Oh, we got a man come up slow here.
The offensive line has to take over the game. The offensive
That's Brock Short coming up a little slow.
is he down, Brownie?
2nd and 7. The clock continues to wind down toward that 5-minute mark here in the second quarter.
Zach Randall.
2nd down and 6. Ball on the 6, so 2nd and goal. no
Second and
doubt.
goal, yeah.
Bench press is 535 pounds. Look at that.
You guys played on just grass turf here when you're
Yeah, grass. But everybody else had grass.
yeah, right.
So what does it say?
Yeah, a little bit different these days.
Yeah. High tech now.
We figured up one time, I think the late, great Bill Booker went back and looked things up, and I think he said that one year when we still had the grass turf, we had 47 contests here between varsity, JV, freshmen, 7th, 8th grade, and then you throw in soccer, both boys and girls, and all of a sudden you had 47 different contests.
Well, the field
and it
by
just
the
chewed the
season
field
was
up.
Chewed up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they've done, number crunching. Everybody knows that if you do a field like this, you don't get tore up, and the maintenance is
Minimal.
minimal. You know, versus the grass, you got to spend so much money for spray and fertilize.
Yeah, it pays for itself in the long run.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is when you got to tear it up 10 years from now. It's,
But you save for that. You're not going into it.
well,
So
I hope they do.
Well, hey, you folks out there are listening to this, you know that we've had the first 2 phases of a 4-phase plan here for rejuvenating the facilities here. We've got the new track complex out here at the north end. We've got the artificial surface here at Harmon Field. The next stage is in between. We're going to put in a restroom, concession stand, locker room facility. And then the 4th phase will be tearing down the old bleachers and putting up new stands here at what is now Miami Valley North Field. Well, here we go, 2nd and goal. Ball at the Eaton 6, and this is a quick pitch out here. Oh, nice defensive play.
Oh, pretty play.
Wow.
dropped him for about a 6-7 yard loss.
Nolan Curtis is getting up slow. He tried to tackle or make that block and just couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, to run the wide play, you got to secure the edge.
And it did not.
No, right. The defensive end came
did
right
a nice
upfield.
job. Yeah. Number 84. That's Braden Boston. Nice
Now, this
play.
is going to go way back. Your junior, senior year. What basic defense, what base defense did you guys run?
We were in the 4th-floor.
Okay.
Defensively.
Who was inside with you on that team?
Pulley, Dave Pulley.
Dave
Dave
Pulley?
Pulley was my junior year, and then my senior year was Larry Badger.
Okay. Well, this is 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. Hayden, there's going to be a holding penalty called. Boy, that's too bad. As Bush takes it down to the 6-yard pickup, but I think that's going to come back. Yeah, it is. Boy, that's too bad.
That's ouch. Wow.
Yeah, that's too bad. Well, this will be 3rd and goal now, and Ty, that's going to move the ball back. Spot of the foul from the 15.
By the way, we had that last time. Had a first drive and got hurt on a penalty. This holding is.
Yeah, that's too bad. Marking off 10, all the way back out to the 25. So this was a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line, and now we're 3rd and goal back at the 25-yard line. Mercy. What do you think, Coach Nysonger? Where you go here? Where you going to call?
I'd run a screen. That's what I would do, but I don't think that's in their repertoire.
We haven't seen it yet.
No, I think they'll just throw the ball deep. Probably the best would be probably flood the zone, but he's left-handed, so the wide side of the field's to the right, so it's going to be
tough throwing out there.
Yeah, he's got 3 receivers over there, which is nice.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Yeah, we're just going to go. It's going to be a halfback pass.
Yep.
Oh, how about that?
Hey.
Alex Bumgardner. Well, there you go.
Wow.
Little trickeration and back to a 4th and goal now.
How about that?
At the 2-yard line. Woo.
We called that, didn't we? That's a play we called.
I think that's,
It's kind of a screen.
Kind of a screen, flooding the zone.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to bring a 4th and goal at the 2-yard line. We're going to go for it? I would hope so.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can pound that in. I like Bumgardner with another nice catch and a nice pass.
I think I would throw it out to the left flat is what I would do because they seem to be pretty tight inside.
Well, we'll see what they come up with there.
Somebody could get Brock the ball, I think, somehow in this area.
You're going to call timeout.
We're going to talk it over with 2:50 to go here in the first half, and Eaton has a 12-3 lead. And Ty, I'm still a little perplexed. I could have sworn Eaton's extra point was good a little bit earlier on. I don't know what happened there, but it sure looked good from this angle.
I did too. I thought, but obviously they didn't get the signal. And
all I know is the ball was in the street.
Hey, you remember the old, what do they call that across the hall or across the street, a dance pavilion or whatever was over there? You used to have dances over there?
Yeah.
That thing went in the front door when it landed there, didn't it?
hit the back of the maid right. Heck of a kick.
Well, Bart Schmidt says, hey, let's talk things over a little bit here. Might mention Bart Schmidt in his 3rd year at the helm has his father, Dave Schmidt, a longtime assistant coach up at Versailles. Other assistant coaches for the Wave right now, Carl Butts, Adam Everwine, who just named as the head
baseball
coach, Cody McKenzie, Zach Randall, and Doug Schmidt. Doug's been on the staff for quite a few years now.
Yep.
So kind of a veteran staff coming back here, and it's going to be interesting to see what they can do with a young offensive line. And this Brock Short right now seems to solve the running back mystery.
So having a staff, having consistent coaches, does that help out situation too, Mark?
Absolutely. It sure does, because then the players know the same language. They know where they're coming from. It's the same confidence. That's why, it's tough in the NFL because they're changing coaches and coordinators all the time.
I'll tell you what, if you don't win that first 2 years, you're history, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. You take your payday.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Bengals coach and you can last for a while.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. It's 4th and goal at the 2 after a 23-yard pass play.
He's going to run the ball.
Like a power eye, it looks like, kind of like, doesn't it? Short. Got it? Oh, stopped him short.
Good defense, defensive play.
had the lead blocker there, and things got bottled up in a hurry. You were right, Mark. They pretty much bottled up the inside game here this last possession.
I thought they might make a little slant pass to Bumgardner.
Exactly,
he was one-on-one and right across, nobody there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's Eaton stop, and they take over now at their own 1 yard line as Brock Short came up just a yard short. I tell you, he didn't have much room to run that time, did he?
No. He did well just to get back where he got back to.
Okay, well, here's where we need a good defensive stop and get this ball back right away, or maybe even force a turnover down here deep.
Turnover, right? Due
First
for
and 10 at the Eaton 1 yard line. Maybe a safety'd look good, too. They're going to plow straight ahead on a
quarterback
sneak. Yeah, got about 3 yards there out to about the 4 and gave him just a little breathing space here. I see everybody up here in the press box come to life as the pizza's been delivered, Ty.
I didn't realize how nice it is up here. It's air conditioned.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're no fools.
Yeah.
We've done our due. We did some out in games in Sydney. We're outside.
Oh, we've done some
Lebanon,
terrible
we're up on
games.
top. Oh, raining and snowing.
Over at Jay County. Oh, my.
That was miserable.
Yeah.
We served our time, Mark.
And this press box, really, they've done a nice job, but it's woefully short as far as space. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they gained 3 yards there, wedged it out to the 4, and Ebright gives it off inside.
Get him. Wow, big first down, I'm afraid.
They get across the 10 and see where they mark him.
Yeah, it's the first, looks like.
Yep.
Well, that's too bad, boy. We had a chance to really cut into this 12-3 deficit, and now with a first down, Greenville still has, Greenville's out of timeouts here. Eaton probably be able to run this out. Boy, that is a sad sight. DJ Zimmer on crutches with an ice bag on his left knee.
That is
that's disheartening.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's disheartening.
Hopefully it's just a strain or a sprain of some kind, but nothing.
All right, well, the clock runs. It's 1st and 10, and really they could just run this out right now. You think they'll put it in the air? Surely not.
Don't need to.
Don't need to when you run like that.
Yeah, big hole.
Oh, my God.
No. It's going to be a foot race now, and he's got speed, and he's going to go
all the way.
An 88-yard touchdown run
Ow,
by number 23, Aidan Williams.
Wow,
Whoa,
big
that
play.
is the last thing we wanted.
Broke a tackle and went all the way. Wow, we knew they'd run the ball, and they couldn't stop him. Ouch.
Boy, and he had the speed to pull away, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, how
good
about
run.
that? Nice run's right.
Pretty run.
He broke 2 tackles and really took off.
Yeah, he turned it on about the 40-yard line, didn't he? And there was not going to be any catching him.
Nope. Good night, Irene.
Well, with 1:11 left, an 88-yard touchdown run, and all of a sudden, we're down 12-3. We have a 1st and goal at the 6. Think we're going to cut into it. You look up now, and we're down 15. That's something that Ty that seems to have hindered us over the years.
That's been our big plays. I mean, the last couple of years we've given up. It could be a 3rd down and 29 yards and end up giving up a big play that seems to just breaks our back.
Your junior and senior year, you guys didn't give up the big play.
No,
you were pretty solid all the way through defensively, right?
We had a great team,
Yeah, I was going to say, you didn't see too many big plays.
I think I end up with like 7 interceptions between my junior and senior year.
Really?
Yeah, I had 4 touchdowns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, defensively?
Yeah.
You didn't play much offensively, did you?
No.
I didn't think so.
We went strictly 2 platoon.
There was a couple guys played both ways. Maybe Dave Sackett and John Hathaway.
John did a little bit and Dave did a little bit, but
not full time.
No, right, just every once in a while.
But we had numbers like 90-some kids.
We had a bunch of guys, and that was a way to keep guys' morale up and give everybody a shot. Plus, the philosophy was, if you practice on one side of the ball, you're going to improve your skill set
on that side of the ball.
On that side of the ball, and you're going to see everything. Plus, you're going to be fresh. You're not going to take a play off. You're going to go for 2.
We'll try to make up for that. The young man was 15 for 16 extra point last year, and he's 0 for 2 this year. Open.
There we go.
Hey, this will be, just run out of bounds.
Run it back. Nice play.
I was just thinking.
Nice interception. Good play,
in college ball, you can, right?
Right.
Because I'm thinking, my God, we're going to get 6 points off of that. Or would it only be 2?
2 points.
It'd be just 2, wouldn't it? Yeah. Well, that means Eaton now is 0 for 3 in extra point conversions.
And they come back. We get hot here.
Yeah, let's see.
Hurt them with that.
Well, 1 minute and 11 seconds to go, and man, doggone, you had a chance to get within 2 or 3 points, and next thing you look up, and we're down 15 points.
Well, both times, the big play, the penalty really hurt. Although the Wave had a chance for a nice catch by Bumgarner down there, but that was right after the 10-yard penalty. And same down at the other end here. It kind of broke our momentum.
Well, let's
There's
see
the young
what
Wave fans.
See if we. Yeah. Well, let's see what happens here. Is going back to receive the kickoff. It's going to be Millian Bryan along with Nolan Ellis. You know, the Ellis twins, there's Nolan and Noah. And, you know, they've gotten a little bit bigger, but they're still at 130 pounds, 135 pounds, but they are quick.
They are quick.
And
they hit you.
They'll hit you, yeah. Well, let's see who we got out there. We got out there on the kickoff team, Jacob Barr, number 55. For the Wave, that's Jason Byram, 73. Chase Drew.
56, Nathan Schaefer.
Here we have Ryan Crampton. Trying to pick up as many numbers as we can here for you folks. This is Michael to kick off again, and boy, he bangs another one.
We got a chance for this one here.
Yeah.
Here we go.
This is Ellis from the 7.
Get it back.
Get outside. Boom. Good coverage by Eaton. And, well, this is our best starting field position, Ty, at the 25.
Too bad we only got a minute 6 to do it in, so let's...
Boy, that's tough when you've got a long field every time you take over.
It is. Whew. Makes it difficult to call the plays because you don't want to be too aggressive and throw, and next thing you got to pick, and now you got another
I mean, it's one thing to go in down 15, it'd be another thing to go in down 20. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you what, I get the ball to Alex Bumgarner out here. He's had a pretty productive first half, hadn't he, receiving wise?
He can get behind the guys and give it a shot.
In the lineup, number 38, Ryan Staver? No.
Yep. Nice run. Keep going, buddy. Yeah. All right. Well, I picked up a few, but
that's Staver?
Eat the clock. Number 38.
Oh, that was okay. No, that was Ryan Staver.
Been playing some linebacker for the Wave as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brings up a 2nd and 3, and I think just like Coach Nysonger here, don't do anything too crazy. Go in, regroup, and we get the ball to start the second half since we deferred after winning the
it's like Brock Short's on the bench there, too. Hope he's all right.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, my is right. Uh-oh. What do we have here? Somebody lined up wrong or equipment violation or what happened? Well, we got a huddle here. Okay. Well.
Wow.
That wasn't.
Yeah. Wow.
That's another toe shot off.
So the positive yard you just got it just.
Disappeared again.
Eaten up again.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Wave can let the clock expire here, but we're going to go one more play. Could have taken a knee or just let it expire before the snap even.
No, let's get a practice play in here.
Probably get away with. Yep, there we go. Run the ball. Yep. That's it.
That's it. Well, that concludes the first half of play with the score Eaton 18, your Wave 3.
Yeah. Hey, we'd like to thank Mark Nysonger for stopping up here, buddy. He's with that 71 Ball Club, a 1973 graduate.
Yeah.
And,
Mark, thank you.
Thanks for stopping by, Mark.
Appreciate it.
You going to go down and talk to some of the teammates down there?
All the old guys.
All the old guys. Half of them can't hear and half of them won't believe what you tell them anyhow, right? Okay.
And it's all because of years of
We'll be back with second half action in a moment.
I'm here at Greenville High School football field, Miami Valley North Stadium, I should say, Harmon Field at Miami Valley North Stadium. And 18-3, Eaton with the lead over the green and white. And Ty, you take a look at the stats, and you look at first downs, we're pretty even on that. Total offensive yards.
266 for Eaton, 195 for Greenville. But take away that 80-yard touchdown, and pretty well evenly played. If you look at individual stats, however, Aidan Williams has really ate us up on the run with the run, 88-yard run, touchdown run, helped out. He has 119 yards overall. And for the Wave rushing, Brock Short has had a great first half.
Oh, man.
130 yards he's rushed for. So we've done a pretty good job on that. On the passing side of the house, again, they've done a pretty decent job with 130 yards to the Wave's 53. That's been a big difference in being able to move the ball, passing it. Wave had a couple nice catches by Alex Bumgardner during a couple drives.
Oh, a couple real nice catches.
They were a top drawer there. So, and, we talked about it here at halftime that the Wave had a couple good drives. Penalties kind of hurt. It kind of took momentum out, even though Alex made a nice catch on the 1 or 2 yard line, and Eaton made a nice defensive stop. So, you look at a couple things here and there, and the game's not as far as fast as the score would indicate.
Yeah, kind of catch you up if you just joined us. Eaton scored first possession of the season, as a matter of fact, on a 6-play, 75-yard march for a touchdown. Pass from Ebright to Braden Boston, and kick was blocked by the Wave, and that happened at the 9:18 mark there in the first quarter. And then Avery Ernst answered back with a 29-yard field goal with 5:12 to go in the first quarter, and that made it 6-3. And then, Ty, we had our chances.
We did.
We had some chances to not only take the lead or get back in the ball game later on, but then with 7:11 to go in the first half, a 14-yard touchdown pass from Ebright to Abner. The kick was no good, although we could have sworn it was good from up here.
Yeah, look, he had a lot of leg on that, was for sure. But
yeah, that made it 12-3, and then a real heartbreaker. We have a first down and goal at the 6 late in the first half, and a penalty.
So we got down to 4th down and on the 2-yard line, and we tried to run up the middle, and Eaton stopped to play great defense. Well, we thought the clock could run out and hold them, as all Eaton was going to do is run the ball. And,
surprised us, didn't
they? Boom. Well, Aidan Williams broke loose and broke 2 Wave tackles, and on his way to an 88-yard touchdown run to put the Eaton Eagles up 18-3. So
yeah, he put the afterburners on when he hit about the 40-yard line after making that two tackles. And
yes.
Yeah, he just outran us to the end zone then. So and that was a chance to come back, maybe be 12-11, 12-9 at the worst. And then all of a sudden you're looking at an 18-3 deficit, and unfortunately that's where we stand right now.
Well, on the way we'll get the kickoff, so that would help out hopefully, and make it turn the momentum, make it a decent drive, get things in a positive nature. But our injury concern on DJ Zimmer was hurt during one of the first drives anyway, and boy, we sure hope he's okay. He's one of our better.
Yeah. And then later on, we saw Brock Short, after picking up 130 yards rushing, saw him sit out that last possession on the on the bench. So hopefully that's just something minor, and he'll be back here in the second half. Well, anyhow, about 7.5 minutes ago here in halftime, we watched a little bit of the Greenville marching band, the Pride, and your score here at halftime is Eaton 18 and Greenville 3, and we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for second half action. Your score, Eaton 18, Greenville 3, and Alex, as we talked about before, that 88-yard run at the end for a touchdown, that really put a hurt on us.
Yeah, that we talked how we had the 1st and goal there, chance to cut into a 12-3 deficit late. They stopped us at the 1-yard line, and we just Ty, a little over a minute and 50 seconds left, I think it was, and then they break an 88-yard run.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're down 15 points. Well, the Wave won the coin flip before the game, decided to defer, and so we should get the ball here to start the third quarter. And that's what really hurts. We could have made it 12-9 or 12-11, and the ball to start the second half, and just not meant to be. And, well, let's see if we can dig ourselves out of a little bit of a hole here and get things rolling again.
Hey, joining us for the third quarter is 1971 member of the football team, Mark Warner. Mark, welcome back, buddy.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. It's a great pleasure. It's an amazing evening and a beautiful field here.
Might mention in a disclaimer that Mark is my younger brother. So. And
younger and more handsome, of course.
Yeah, there it is. That's it. Anyhow, Mark was the kicker on that 1971 team, and we'll talk a little bit with him, just like we did with Mike Stiegel in the first quarter and Mark Nysonger there in the second quarter. And then I think we have who coming up? We have
Mike Schroyer.
Mike Schroyer is going to come up fourth quarter. Just you joined us. This is Drew Michael, and boy, this kid can bang it. Kind of looks like Mark Warner there, if I remember right. Down to the 5-yard line.
Got the ball.
This is going to be
bringing it back. Well,
who was that?
26. That was number 13.
13, Million Bryant. Yeah. And Greenville, boy, Ty, I tell you what, we have really had to play on a long field. We've started drives at the 8, 11, 2 at the 20, 1 at the 25, and here we are at the 22-yard line. We just can't get field position.
Nope, can't get out of that bad set there. And that kicker helps out because everything starts on the 20-yard line.
Mark, when you were kicking, did you guys kick off from the 35 or 40 back then? You remember?
Yes, it was back in the days when we were at the 40-yard line.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is going to be Hayden Bush handing off inside and pick up of about maybe 3 yards.
Bring up about a second down and 7. Ball moved to the 24-yard line.
I'm glad to see Brock Short back in there. He sat out that last possession there.
Wave need a really good drive here, Alex.
Yeah.
On the board.
Now, Mark, of course, back in the day, you kicked straight on, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, everybody's hero was Lou the Toe Groza. Of course.
You had the square toe shoe right on your right foot.
I think it's probably the one Lou used to use.
Yeah, a huge change in kicking.
Yeah, it was really just about.
Oh man!
Wow,
Whoa! Boy, that was well read by the Eaton defender that time. Almost picked it off and could have walked in the end zone.
Boy, that was a slow developed play. That thing's got to be faster than that.
Yeah.
I made that defensive linebacker saw that coming.
Yeah. Well, that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8, and that was a dangerous little pass, well read by the Eaton defender that time.
I know, Mark, the coach used to keep you as a kicker. Did you ever get in the game at any other position? What position did you play if you weren't kicking all the time?
The only other times I got in the game, I got in as a defensive lineman, 165 pounds. They were desperate.
Now, this is Bush, a left-hander rolling right. Got a man. Uh-oh. Yeah. And that's the problem with a right-handed or left-handed quarterback going right. You can't get much on it. Intercepted and brought back to about the 26-yard line. And boy, Ty, that's not maybe the way we wanted to start this second half.
No.
Well, Eaton will take over 1st and 10. We played just a little over a minute, and Eaton has the ball deep in Wave territory. And boy, that's not the way we wanted to start things. There's a Wave player down on the field here. Let's talk a little bit about that kicking, Mark. Of course, you kicked as a junior for, was that Tom's? No, that was Dan O'Brien. Dan O'Brien. And Tom Holman came in, and most of the time you guys went for the extra point, correct? Just the kicking point as opposed to the 2-point conversion?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. And if I remember right, you remember what your stats were that year, extra point-wise? You kicked a lot.
I wish I could tell you. I really, honestly, don't recall.
You don't recall missing any?
Yeah. Oh, it must have been a bad snap from Stiegel.
And then, of course, the play that I still have people come up and say, hey, I saw your brother kick at Walpock, and you want to explain that?
Well, it's amazing. It was an away game. It was
last game of the season.
Last game of the undefeated season. And I swear to God, more people have told me they saw me kick than could possibly have been in Walpock. But it was a 28-0 lead, and why in the world Tom Holman let me kick? He did, though, because the team kind of wanted me to do it.
Yeah.
And it was the last play of the game, and it was a successful field goal. So it was kind of capped my career, but it was kind of totally unnecessary.
Oh, man. Nice. Running. The ball's loose, and did Greenville get it? It's going to be close.
Yeah, wow.
Greenville got it? Aidan Williams with the run and the Wave recover.
Big
Boy,
play. That was a big play for the Wave.
Yeah, that was a first down run by Williams that time, and the Wave recovered down at their own, 12-yard line?
Yeah, I'm not sure who got the recovery, but nicely done.
Number 13 punched the ball, the kid's hand.
That's Million Bryant.
Yeah, Bryant punched it out and recovered maybe by Ryan Staver.
Well, boy, I tell you, that's a break we needed desperately, because if they'd have scored, that was a nice run that time, too.
Yeah.
Well, it's all the way back at the Wave 12-yard line, but we've got the ball.
That's right. Ball's in the right hands right now.
Well, let's see if we can get something going here. Trailing 18-3, so back-to-back turnovers by both ball clubs, and Greenville sets up shop again at their own 12-yard line, make it the 11. This is short.
Price, or maybe 2 yards.
You know, Eaton's really stiffened up in the interior of their line. We started running well, and they took away the interior run. We're going to have to try to get outside a little bit here.
Well, Brock can hit the hole fast, but that's tough defense in there right now. They've done a really good job of hammering down.
This brings up a 2nd and 7. Ball at the Wave 14.
And see, I got this big post in my way.
Yeah. Okay, here he is out here. If you have to get rid of a safety valve out here, Alex Bumgardner. He picks up a couple yards. That's going to be close to a first down.
We'll see what they mark it.
Yeah, they're going to stop it. I don't know if they're going to measure or just give it to us. We haven't had the chain crew come in. The chain crew, veteran staff over there, right, Ty?
Third down. That's right.
Going to make it third and a long one.
They'll get first down. They mark it as a first down.
Third and a long one here.
I would say it's a first and a
Oh,
long
did they
down.
give us a first? They did give us the first down. Okay.
If you'd listen to me.
Yeah, I never listened to anything you say. Well, I was looking over there, and they still had third down on the down marker.
I saw the referee give a first down.
Well, hey, it's the first game of the season. We're not in mid-season form. Usually we make more mistakes than this by now.
I got this post in the way, don't we?
Offside is going to be against Eaton. One of their defensive backs came up on a blitz and crossed the neutral zone, if I'm not mistaken. So, Mark, anyhow, so straight-on kicker and everything like that. Siegel was the snapper. Who was your holder, P.J. Broomball?
P.J. Broomball, yes, indeed.
You guys were pretty consistent on snaps and placing with the ball and things?
Yes, I think we had one or two missed kicks the whole year. And so, I mean, with Siegel and Broomball, they were outstanding. So that if there was a mistake, it was me. Darn it.
Well, this is 1st and 5 now. The ball out to the 27, and boy, nothing there that time.
Nope.
Although the pile's moving forward.
Nolan's still chugging.
Yeah, Nolan Curtis with the carry.
On the run, trying to make something go.
So, Mark, what was the difference? We've asked Mike Stiegel and Mark Nysonger this. What was the difference in the ball club your junior year that basically was what, 1-9, 2-8, something like that, and a 10-0 ball club? What was it that made that dramatic change?
Yeah, so sophomore year, 2-8, junior year, 2-8, and on May 14th of 71, Tom Holman shows up as a brand new coach and calls us in after class, after school.
Nice run by Brock. Yeah. Short, he breaks out of a tackle.
Boy, what a run.
What a run is right. Yeah. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage, broke the tackle, and run away for first down.
Yeah.
Beautiful
First
run.
down to 42. Anyhow, May 14th of 71, Tom Holman.
Yeah, Tom Holman calls us in after school, and he says,
"Oh, flag down."
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Going to be a holding? Yeah, they're looking at the Eaton bench. Okay, anyhow, Tom Holman.
And so Tom Holman calls you in, and he says, "You gentlemen are going to go 10-0 this coming year." And we all look at each other, and he says, "No, I mean it." And he says, "Here's how you're going to do it." And basically talked us through what we had to do all summer long. And then when we showed up on the first day, it was like we'd gone from junior high play to professional. It was the way that he and the other coaches approached it. The playbook was professionally produced. Your uniforms, everything, even in practice, it was just amazing. And then the whole accoutrement that went with it. You know, we'd practice at night.
Yeah,
nice pass.
Nice catch, Alex Bumgardner. Pretty pass.
And he came down, maybe got the wind knocked out. Nice pass by Bush all the way to the 40-yard line. That would be a 35-yard pass completion.
Nice catch by Alex Bumgardner again, but pretty pass by Aidan Bush.
I think Bumgardner came down, the ball probably knocked the wind out of him. Anyhow, so professionally produced.
Yeah, and you know, and things that we'd never experienced. You know, Thursday night practices were under the lights at night. We had team dinners together on Thursday nights, and it was very special. And the town started to rally, and we won our first game in two, just, you know, Salina and St. Mary's, just by a couple points. Started to get some confidence, beat Versailles down here, and now we're 3-0 going into the league, and everybody's confidence rose, and it was just amazing. You started to feel like a professional, and the scouting reports were way, way more impressive than what we'd ever had before. And it was just like you'd gone from junior high ball to at least college or a professional level, and it just instilled confidence in for the coaches.
Right, and I noticed from sophomore in there, the detail that I was talking to Mike Stigl. I remember the first couple practice for offensive line, we just did nothing but break the huddle and down at the same time. Mm-hmm. And if you weren't, like he said, a person half second off, you did it again.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where everything just...
It's a little bit like John Wooden. You know, first you learn how to put your socks on.
Yes.
And you got to tie your shoes the right way. And that was Tom Holman, and he just said, this is how we're going to do it. And if you didn't do it, then you weren't playing.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was very impressive.
Yeah, that was a huge turnaround with the youngest staff in the state of Ohio at that time.
They got acclaim throughout the state that time. So.
Well, it looks like Alex Bumgardner's up. I really think he came down on the ball after he caught it. Probably knocked the wind out of him. Let's hope it's no worse than that. But that was a big play there. 40-yard pickup? No, see, where's the ball at right now? The 40?
On the 40-yard line.
35-yard pickup.
Pretty play.
On a 2nd and 7 after a penalty took away a first down. Another nice run by Brock Short. Well, let's see what we can do here. We need to put some points on the board this time, Ty.
8:12 remaining here in the third quarter. Plenty of time left in this contest. Let's put it in, Green.
The handoff, Nolan Cano pitched out to Short.
Nice block.
Nice cut, too. And a first down inside the 30 or right at the 30.
I tell you, Leon Bryant made a nice block out there and a nice read by Brock Short, able to cut up and gain a few more yards, but nice play all the way around.
They've stopped us inside, and so we can bounce Short outside. Made some nice cuts. He's got good quickness there and a good block out there to spring him. Well, first down at the 30-yard line, so here we go. See if we can take this on down the field here. Short again, gets outside. Boy, he's got some quicks, doesn't he?
He does.
Hard runner. Tackled out there by number 10 for Eaton. That's Theo Winings that
time. Nice job breaking a couple tackles again to get outside. Wow.
Well, Ty and I were talking, Mark, earlier that we had nothing coming back as far as returning rushers from last year, veterans at all. And this Short kid has really picked up the pace here. Going to come out and take a breather. He's run hard.
What a nice young man to have returned to Greenville.
Yeah, exactly. We needed him the last 2 years, didn't we, Ty?
Yeah.
Well, 6:55 to go here, third quarter. And this is going to be Crampton up the middle?
Run. 38, Staver.
Was that Staver that time?
Fine, Staver. Nice run.
Mark, while this is going on, let's catch you up to date a little bit. Some of the people out there, after you got out of the Howland Halls of Greenville High School, just a brief summmer here.
Okay, well,
the Barnes of Warner.
It can be really brief. Basically, I had the opportunity to go to Miami, played a little football as a walk-on. Mike Rhodes came down, and it was my pleasure to get to watch Mike for 3 years there, and became a certified athletic trainer coming out of there, and then on to medical school, and then did some training up at Mayo Clinic, and have been there 42 years now.
Yeah, and he's being a little modest about that whole thing. Mark has had about every position of importance at the Mayo Clinic, from the School of Medicine right on through the clinic itself, and as president and national president of the American Society of Anesthesiologists.
Wonderful.
And also might brag on my brother a little bit. He and his wife, Mary Ellen, also an anesthesiologist. 2 of their sons, anesthesiologists. 2 daughter-in-laws, anesthesiologist, and we have a first cousin up there. So I guess you could say the Mayo Clinic, we have 7 professional gas passers up there, right?
Is that a prerequisite to get to the Mark Warner?
Pretty much.
You said Nolan Curtis is down.
Definitely a family affair.
Well, is that Nolan Curtis that laid out there?
Yeah, hopefully it's up.
Yeah. I hope it's nothing serious. We've got 4 of our starters on the basketball team play football here.
That's amazing. How many schools do you see that?
Yeah, our quarterback, Hayden Bush, the wide receiver, got banged up a little bit. Alex Bumgardner, Nolan Curtis, and then DJ Zimmer. So we have 4 starters out there playing football right now, and 2 of them are gimping and limping.
And the basketball coach is sweating bullets.
Oh, shoot.
Better recruit some more kids coming in here.
Well, this is going to bring up a 2nd and 7. The ball at the Eaton 15. Ty, the 3rd time we've been inside the so-called red zone here. Let's see if we can get more than just 3 points out of this.
Knocking at the door.
Yeah, it'd be a huge morale booster.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
Need that on this drive. Get back in the contest somewhat.
Almost halfway through this 3rd quarter, and inside, is the ball loose? Boy.
No, you just bounce and try to get something here.
I saw some frenetic activity there, and I thought, my God, the ball came loose there.
Nice try by Ryan Staver, just a sophomore. Stopped in the middle, bounced out. And
Staver ran a little bit last year, if I'm not mistaken, a few times later in the season as a freshman. So
Boy, their internal linemen have been toughest, really, since about the start of the second quarter.
You're talking about Eaton?
For Eaton.
Yeah, we're just
Boy.
not getting much up the middle. We got to pop it outside, and Ty's always calling for the slant pass over the middle, right, Ty?
Not always, with certain positions. Like right now, be good. Number 10.
3rd and 6 at the 14. Uh-oh. Throws it out there. He's got him open.
Got him.
Touchdown. All right.
Nice pass.
Who caught that out there, Ty?
Beyond Bryant.
Is that Million?
Young.
Million Bryant.
Not only
Okay.
I think it's not only can he block, he can catch. I'm pretty sure that's him.
Yeah. I think so. He's a happy camper coming over the sideline. Wait, 18-9. Boy, that's a big
huge.
score there.
And
Brings the
still
Wave back into action here.
5:26 remaining in the contest, so that's huge. A big extra point right here.
So this is Avery Ernst, already has a 29-yard field goal. And the snap will come to Bush.
Down, kick up, got it. All
Good,
right,
all right.
way to go, Wave. All righty, with 5:26 remaining in the third quarter, your Wave closed the gap, 18-10, down by 8. Just a possession, buddy, touchdown, and we're in.
Well, we'll take a timeout here as you watch high school football on YouTube at GHS and IMTV. Ty and I'll be back in just a moment.
Here's the kickoff. Coming down to number 6. That's Braden Deem. Gets a couple blocks. Nice tackle.
Good
there.
tackle. A good open field tackle that time.
Pretty job. Number 10 got him. That's Alex Bumgardner.
Well, hey, let's see if we get things going here. We got a little momentum swung over the green and white way, and with 5:21 left, we're down a touchdown now at 18-10.
Okay, defense is button up right.
I'll tell you, a big play was the fumble that we recovered at our own 12-yard line.
Yeah,
then we
after
take
an
an 88-yard drive. Yeah, after we turn it over.
Yes.
Yeah. We got Mark Warner here from that 71 football team, the kicker extraordinaire. And anyhow, so Mark's been up at the Mayo Clinic, and we'll talk a little bit more about his career as Eaton has 1st and 10 at their own 26. Oh, nice run. This kid's tough, this Aidan Williams. Good tackle from behind that time, but not before about a 24-yard gain to midfield.
Man, they're taking it right to us. Something
Yeah.
there, aren't they?
Yeah, they're moving us out in a hurry. That Williams, he had the 88-yard run that helped a lot. He had 119 yards there in that first half, and we just picked up 24 more there, so we're going to have to slow that young man down. Of course, he was our leading rusher coming back from last year. It's like we said in the pregame show, they had 3 really good running backs returning this year. 1st and 10 at midfield stripe. Boy.
Oh, man, big hole.
Yeah, gain of 8. Yeah, they've slashed us in the front wall there, haven't they?
Well, they had a nice block the right side of the hole. There's a huge hole right there that time.
Yeah. Hey, Mark.
Linebackers are going to fill that.
Yeah. Mark, give us kind of just a brief synopsis of the Mayo Clinic, number of employees, and just it's a huge complex, world renowned.
It's a pretty big institution. It's the largest private employer in Minnesota. There are 78,000 employees in a variety of sites, but primarily in Rochester, Minnesota, which is not far from Minneapolis, about 75 miles. Also, there are Mayo Clinic sites, so in Jacksonville and Scottsdale.
Oh, no, hold. Thank God this will come back. Yeah, that was a nice game. It's going to come back on a hold there on a nice little counter play.
That was.
Yeah, so yeah, you have sites in Jacksonville as well as out in the Phoenix area.
Yeah, so
and,
one thing people ask is a good way to describe it is most people are used to, hospitals that based on their surgical numbers. And, a lot of times a hospital, let's say here in town, for example, would maybe do, 10 to 12 surgeries a day. And we do 650 a day.
Yeah.
So just to give you a sense of the sizes.
And in your anesthesia department, how many approximately?
We have 1,050 people. So pretty large group.
You got a deep bench.
Yeah, so we run about 265 operating rooms every day.
Wow. that is big time medicine up there.
Sure
Well,
is.
hey, that holding penalty, boy, that makes it 2nd and 13.
Nice
that
fake.
was timely, yeah. This Ebright,
We got time.
He's got a couple of receivers and
Kept away nicely
Wait.
by number 21 the Wave, Nick Nolan Ellis.
along
back
with
there.
Brock Short back there. Yeah,
Yeah.
good defense that time. That Ebright kid has a pretty decent arm, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He put that out there.
He had plenty of time, boy.
Yeah, we haven't got much pressure on him here.
Brock Short did a really nice job separating that kid, and so number 21 can come across and make that deflection.
Well, this will bring 3rd and 13. The ball remaining at the Eaton 47. 3:43 left. Eaton clinging to an 18-10 lead after the Wave went 88 yards and converted the extra point. Pulled within a score here now.
Big play defensive right here.
Uh-oh, screen pass.
Way to turn him in. Way to turn him in.
All right, good job.
Leon Bryant did a good job closing the outside in and forcing that back in where he had some extra help. Nicely done.
That should force a punt here now at the Wave 45-yard line, brings up a 4th and 5.
3:20 remaining here in this third quarter.
It's kind of a mixed blessing. Our defensive linemen haven't been able to penetrate very deep, but on a screen pass, that was a blessing. They can make the tackle.
On that play, yeah.
They didn't get far enough into the backfield that they were still there.
Always the man, the silver lining behind the dark.
That's right.
Good job.
That's a Warner trademark.
That's right.
Always looking on the optimistic side of things.
Glasses
hey, they're going to go for it. No, they're punting here. The post blocked me there again. Let that ball go. Oh, they're going to down it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man, at the 1.
What a beautiful bounce on that ball.
Another long field for the Wave here.
They did it last time.
We did. We went 88 yards last time. Let's see what happens here.
We did it the hard way, too. We had to get the turnover to make that happen. Well, it's a long way. So, well, that's when you think you wish you would have blocked the guy coming after the ball, and then hopefully the other guy will pick it up and get a few yards out of it. But
18-10 and 2:44 to go here in this third quarter on a perfect night for high school football to open the season, Ty. I mean, that flag is hanging limp. It's cooled down just a little bit. And we talked earlier how
almost a full moon, 3 quarters.
The Greenville Eaton game has always been thunderstorms and
we've been lucky here.
Heavy rains. Yeah, let's see if we can wedge it out and get a yard. Boy, it looks like a rugby scrum there. I'm waiting to see the ball snapped out through legs or something.
You know, if you're a fan, it's a great game. There have been some spectacular plays by both teams. The field is gorgeous tonight. You got a great turnout. As you said, the weather's perfect. A beautiful moon. It's a wonderful evening, actually.
It certainly is. Well, the Wave basically stood up on that, and it's 2nd and 10, and the ball remains at the 1-yard line. Boy, this is where you do not want a turnover.
Must be Hawaiian night instead of everybody's dressed in Hawaiian gear or something. Well, let's get a big first down. He's under center.
Let's get a 99-yard touchdown run right here.
A chance right here.
Oh, man, close.
Wow.
He about popped that, didn't he?
He did. Well, I tell you what, if it wouldn't have been for number 28,
Hunter Harder,
that would have been.
No, that was Greenville's 28.
Christian Rayner, and it would have been.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you'll get that big run too. Yeah. Everybody's bunched up, think you're going to go up the middle, and then you pop it, and there's nobody in the backfield.
Yeah, you get behind the first wave, you've got a chance.
If he'd have gotten by number 28, he'd have been in.
Yeah,
he'd gone.
He's quick enough. He looked like he could accelerate and take that to the house. Well, it's a new first down, new set of downs at the 15-yard line. Well, I guess it's out of some trouble. Let's see if we can keep it moving here.
Good. Quick out. Oh, almost hit him before, I thought.
Yeah. Good. We got a flag, late flag. It's going to be a little extracurricular activities out here. Probably on Million Bryant. Held his block maybe a little too long. Let's see what they say.
Oh, man, not a rally killer. We don't.
Let's hope it's not like a personal foul half the distance.
There's one thing that Mike says a new rule. Used to be if you were high school, if you were ejected from a game, you had to miss the next game.
Right.
Well, our league has it. You miss 4 games.
Really?
The GM.
That is a new rule. I hadn't heard that.
For our league only. I think
Mike Stiegel said that?
No, my Mike.
Oh, it's going to be against Eaton. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Pass interference.
I thought it was pass.
They hit him too early.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see a flag come down on that
side. It didn't come on the
outside.
outside. The guy over here threw it.
Oh, okay. Good Lord.
By the way, there have been some great plays tonight, but one of the most exciting was watching the Greenville High School principal on that 35-yard pass play earlier. He ran as fast as the ball. I was very impressed by his speed.
Stan Hughes, yeah. Let's suit him up.
He maybe has some eligibility left.
He's all up and down the sideline. He's pretty energetic.
Yeah, he's in his early 40s. He should be all right. Well, here we go. It's a first and 10 out the third. So, hey, we've moved the ball 29 yards here since
from the
taking
one.
Over.
That's pretty nice.
29 yards so far.
Minute 19 remaining here in the third period. Be nice to get a score and right back in this ball game. So, if you do get a touchdown, do you go for 1 or 2?
I don't know. It seems like we've got our kicking game going, so that's a sure one. But on the other hand,
You got Brock Short.
you got Brock Short. That's just what I was thinking. Or you have Alex Bumgardner, too.
And you get field goal. The guy can get the field goal. So
I don't know. That'll be an interesting call. Let's hope we get a chance to find
make
out.
that call, yeah.
Let's hope we find out.
I'm going for 2. I'm going for the.
Always the
Judge.
optimist.
Always
That's
up.
right.
Well, down to minute 19 left, and what do we have? A timeout in the field here?
I think the coach wants some things checked out for Eaton side. He wanted to have a discussion, wasn't happy. He said, how can a guy call from over here? I think the guy missed it on the other side. Might mention after this play who our officials are tonight. Not done yet, Alex.
1st and 10 at the 30. Pitch it out. Come on, pop it. Boy, nice tackle.
Yeah.
Boy, got wiped out there, didn't he, at the end? Good job of defensive back coming up that time.
Yeah. Number 28, he's a tough one.
Yeah, he's had a pretty couple. We've called his name quite a bit tonight.
I mentioned tonight, the referee is Rick Fisher, the linesman, David Gross, line judge, Brian Murphy, the umpire, Peyton Foyer, and the back judge, Timothy Bradshaw. Thank you, gentlemen, for tuning tonight's game. Without you, we couldn't have it. So appreciate your being here tonight.
Well, it brings us 2nd and 10. Maybe we gave him a yard. We call it 2nd and 9 here at 31. Push with the snap, fades back.
Nice pickup.
Overthrew it. Oh, nice try by Bumgardner, just out of his reach.
Boy, nice pickup on a blitz on the outside, by the way, Hayden Bush get that pass off.
Yeah. Boy, he laid it out there. When he first put it out there, I thought it was a little too far, but Alex Bumgardner picked up some speed and then laid out and just off his fingertips.
That brings up a 3rd and long.
You know, Ty, you mentioned the referees just a moment ago. You know, 3 unsung heroes are these young men running the balls in and out, your ball boys tonight. Man, they are very efficient.
Start him young. Efficiency.
All right, 3rd and 10. Be nice to convert here, Ty, and maintain possession as we go into the 4th quarter here.
Big 3rd down play.
Come on, get it out, Hayden.
Someone come up and help him.
There we go.
There.
All right. How about a conversion on 3rd and 10? Nice pass. That's Nolan Ellis.
And Nolan Ellis came across. What you have to do, your quarterback's in trouble over here. You readjust and come up where he can throw it.
And
Nicely done.
Again, that's a left-handed quarterback rolling left and is able to get enough on it to hit Ellis.
Yeah, and he got in trouble and Nolan Ellis came across.
Hey, mark that down. So with 16 seconds left, the Wave have it down to the 36-yard line of Eaton. That was a huge play there on 3rd and 10. We'll remember that play if we come back and score here on this drive. I don't think we're going to get one more. So that'll wrap up 3 quarters of action here as Eaton has an 18-10 lead. Mark Warner, thank you for stopping by here.
Mark,
good talking to you. I'll see you back at the house, or well, I guess you're going to ride back to the house with me. You better see me.
You bet. Hey, thanks a lot, you guys. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark. We'll be back in just a minute here on YouTube.
Back, everybody, as we start the 4th quarter of play, your Wave have scored a touchdown and closed the gap 18-10, so down by 8. So it's a big stand here for the Wave on a big drive. Hopefully touch it off with a touchdown.
Well, hey, we're going to 4th quarter guess as we bring up members of that 71 undefeated football team. We got Mike Schroyer, one of the offensive linemen on that ball club. And Mike, you get a chance to watch the green and white play much over the years here or not?
On and off. I do a lot of fishing, so weekends are a fishing tournament for me.
Really? Fishing tournament?
Yes, crappie tournaments.
Oh, really? What, mainly around Ohio or Midwest or
Ohio.
What? Okay. Well, hey, here we go, Ty. 12 minutes left. And trailing by 8, and the Wave on the drive here. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line of the Eaton Golden Eagles. See if we can take this thing down and put some points on the board.
Nice offensive drive so far. Up the middle, boom. Grabs about 3 or 4 hard running yards that time. Brock Short.
Hey, you know, up the middle now, you played guard, right?
Left guard.
Left guard, and Charlie Goodpaster on the right side.
He's the right
you
side.
You guys were lightweights. What did you weigh back your senior year?
Well, I played when I was a junior.
Junior year, okay.
Put it this way, when I wrestled that winter, I wrestled at 138.
Oh, gee.
But it was a tough 138.
Wow. Of course, you lost weight for that too, right?
Not much.
Not much. Wow.
Well, Charlie was lighter than you, wasn't he?
He was.
Nice block. Boy, what a pretty block that time.
Good job.
To spring Brock short. That's a first down all the way down to the, where'd he step out of bounds? About the 19-yard line.
I think Tim McKibben also came in once in a while, run plays in once in a while as well, didn't he?
Yes.
A guard there for you.
Charlie and him would switch out.
Switch once in a while.
So with no more size than you had time, it was more technique and quickness, right?
They taught us not to hit above, stay in their tracks. That means their feet.
Okay. This is Bush, hands off and inside. That's Ryan Staver, isn't it?
Yep. Nice run. Wave getting down into.
Or was that Crampton? 38-39 is tough, but they're both about the same size.
But yeah, we were always taught to be in their feet, because if they don't have feet and legs, they won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's a 3-yard gain down to the 17-yard line. We'll call it 2nd and 8. Call it a 2-yard gain, and
Boy,
played a little over a minute here in the fourth quarter. Greenville trying to tie this thing up. Here's
Nola
Bush.
Curtis
He's got
open.
a couple open there. This
up,
is
Nolan.
Curtis down to about the 11.
that'd be about a couple yards short.
Yeah, 3rd and 2.
3rd and 3. Wow.
Mike, you guys ran a pretty basic offense, did you? Just a lot of plays that you ran well, or
Yes,
what?
it was a simple offense, not a bunch of trick plays or anything like that. We pulled and hit straight on and we veered, and that's about it.
What do you remember most about that team, Mike?
Well, I can't remember what I did last week. That's 50 years ago.
An honest man at last.
An honest man.
Well, this is going to be 3rd and 4. They're calling it at the 13. Eaton tried to jump a little bit. Come on, pop it. He
got it there.
Great. This should be going to take it in. Just short. I'll tell you what, Brock Short really runs hard and breaks tackles, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. As a sophomore, did you play much as a sophomore?
No, it was junior varsity.
Junior varsity.
And then we got the new coaching staff in, and it just changed the output of the team and everything. And like I said, we weren't the biggest, but it was comrades, and everybody got along with each other.
Yeah.
That's what made a good team.
Yeah. Now, what position did you play as a sophomore?
I was a little bit of defense, a little bit of offense.
Okay. Just filling in as a sophomore would, like I did
Yes.
when
Yeah.
you were guys. Okay.
Well, here we go. 1st and goal at the 2. Short pops it outside and goes
Got it.
in. Nice move. He
Nice
was
run.
stopped and bounced it out and takes it in. And hi, it's 18
Here
to
we go.
16.
2 or 1, Mike? What do you go for?
2.
You betcha.
Gonna go for 2 right now.
Yep. They need to swing it outside.
You know, we've had just success outside more so than inside. And boy, he popped it that time. He hit in there and just bounced back and took it to the house.
Well, 9:48, the Wave have closed this to a 2-point contest.
Yeah, going for 2 here with a chance to
Betcha.
fight. You know, even if we don't convert, but we're gonna. Even if we don't, we still have Avery Ernst that can bang through a field goal to win this thing if need be. That's a good opening ball game here. A lot of big plays, a lot of good stops. Just both teams playing well. Wave really playing well here in the second half.
You do a slant?
Going past it.
There he is, wide open. All
right
right,
there, Nolan Curtis.
tie
And win a
game.
tie game. Nice play.
Well, with 9:48 to go in regulation, Greenville has come back from an 18-3 deficit here and tied things up on opening night here at Miami Valley North Field at Harmon Stadium. So, hey, how about that? How
That's
about
the way
that?
to go, boy. That got the fans on their feet.
Yeah, finally, yeah. Get everybody up and going here. Good ball game. So, Mike, let's talk a little bit then since you got out of high school, a little bit of what you've been up to lately and things of that nature.
Well, tried a couple different jobs when I got out of high school. I went to Edison State for a little bit. And finally, Jim Beakey offered me a job at his plant. So I worked for Jim for about 23, 24 years.
Oh, wow.
And then when I left there, I went to ABI in Sydney. It's a vending company, and I worked there for about 19 years.
Okay.
And then I retired.
Then retired from there, and now you're a professional fisherman, huh?
I don't know about professional, but
How does that work
full-time
anyhow? How does that work? You're in these tournaments. You based on number you catch, or total weight you catch, or what?
It depends what tournament it is. Your heaviest 7 crappies or your 8 heaviest crappies.
Really?
You can catch 100. Doesn't matter if you're going to bring to the weigh station 7 or 8.
Okay. So where do you usually fish when you're not in tournaments? Up at Salina, or where you go?
Up at Fort Laramie, we have a place up here that we go to, and
Okay.
it's our getaway place. But Indian Lake, Buckeye Lake,
Okay.
St. Mary's, and Fort Laramie, of course.
Okay. Well, the Wave back and tied this thing up at 18 all, and Avery Ernst's gonna boot it away here, and another good defensive stop, Ty, and see what we can do the last 9.5 plus minutes here.
Again, a big key to get a big defensive stop and come back and score. I think it'll break the back a little bit. Got to be careful that their running game, because they've been able to break a couple long ones, and if we can stop that, have them forced to put the ball in the air, a better chance we have.
Well, this has been a resilient Wave ball club right now, Ty. I mean, we got stung pretty badly there at the end of the first half, going down 18-3, and boy, we have bounced back here in this last quarter plus.
Never say die. It's a sign of a good team that doesn't quit. Short kick, gonna be at the 30-yard line.
Oh, we got to have a good defensive play here. There we go.
All the way out to the 35-yard line. So good field position for the Eaton Eagles. They take over with 9:41 remaining in the contest.
You folks just joined us. Eaton jumped out to a 6-0 lead, and we've got back within 3 on a Avery Ernst field goal at 6-3, and then Eaton a score made it 12-3. The Wave were stopped first and goal inside the Eaton 2, and then an 88-yard run made it 18-3 at halftime, and now the Wave have fought back here with 2 touchdowns. One a pass to Avery Bryant, and the other a nice run by Brock Short, and here we are, 18 all. Nolan Curtis with a 2-point conversion.
Oh, no. Broke a tackle. Nice run again. Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
is that Williams again?
Yeah, I tell you what, that young man's put the knot on our head tonight. He's running as good as Brock Short has.
Almost a 14-yard pickup out to the 49-yard line here. Mike, what's one difference? You see some of these high school kids now. You think you could play at 145?
I think it'd be tough. I really do. I mean,
those knees and feet are a little bigger than they were 50 years ago. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Is the blocking schemes different now? You can't block below the waist. Like, I know a lot of things were getting to the knees and wheels.
That's on the outside of the line. So you don't really hit them. You just get in their way.
In their way.
It's not like you try and take the feet from underneath them.
Yep. Up flag here. What do we got? One to delay a game. Illegal substitution against Eaton, I hope. Yes. Okay, 5-yard penalty. Ty, that's one of those rules I'm just not all that familiar with. I assume after so long has passed, you can't bring a person in off the sideline, correct? That's what makes it illegal.
Especially what it is on like a wide receiver. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Because they'll do that at the very end, and,
Yeah. Well, that helps. 1st and 15 now.
I like that rule, man, because otherwise you could just bring your wide receiver in last minute.
Well, they faked that. Uh-oh. Nice tackle.
Boy, good saving tackle.
Who made the tackle there? Was that Ellis?
Ellis.
Well, that's a gain of about 13 yards down to the Wave 43.
Went off the right side that time. They were good success. The last 2 big runs ahead have been on their right side, Wave defensive left.
13 yards brings a 2nd and 2. Well, that got him out of a little bit of a predicament, didn't it?
Huge.
This is going to be a first down.
Boy, they're just
he pops it outside. Stop him there. Boy, nice run. There's a good stick.
I'll tell you what, that's 3 runs they've made on the outside, and they've really sealed everybody in. They're really sealing our defensive side in, and it's wide open. He's not really getting hit until he's like 7 yards down the field.
Mike, we were talking to Mark Nysonger earlier. So you guys, 10-0 as a junior, then your senior year came back 7-1-2. Northmont, I think, was the team that got you. And then you had two ties.
West Milton tied us, and we lost to Brookville our last game.
Brookville.
It was in a
that was a muddy game. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so it was a Northmont tie. If I remember, Oh, Williams outside. Boy, they're just crushing us there, aren't they?
Oh, he's still going.
This is a nice drive by Eaton after taking over at, what, their own 25-yard line, was it?
Yeah.
35-yard line.
They're eating our lunch on that right side of our defensive left side.
Yeah.
That's 4 plays in a row where they've gained big yards on that side.
That'll bring a 2nd and 2 up, the ball down at the 19-yard line. Mike, if I remember in that Northmont game, is that the one where Danny Brown scored? We thought he scored, and
Yes.
the ref stopped it, and that put it. Well, there were no overtimes then.
Correct.
Yeah, and it looked like North had scored to win the game, and no.
Yep, it's down in the north end.
Yeah, exactly, down here in this corner. All right, 2nd and 2, ball at the 19. Yeah, that's going to be
Stop that time.
Short. Yeah, good defense that time.
Yeah, they went on the left side that time, and the wave a little stouter on that side. Get off the bottom of number 55.
Yeah, it's going to be third
Wave.
and yard, it looks like.
Jason Bryan on the stop that time.
Boy, Ty, we need to stop him right here, don't we?
Oh, my.
Don't want to get down a touchdown or anything with under 6 minutes to go.
No.
6:40 left on the scoreboard here in regulation.
We got a turnover here.
Third and a long, well, third and a short one. Now
Yeah,
they've moved
just
it. And a quarterback sneak.
Yep.
They got it, and some. Boy, he took it about 3 yards straight ahead there. Just put his nose on the rear end of his center and followed him right through the line there, didn't he? Well, that's going to be a first down at the 14-yard line. And,
wow. Yeah, I remember the Brookville game. That was a rainstorm, and I think they even watered the field that day, too. I'm not sure.
was that at Brookville?
Seriously, yeah, it was at
I think we
Brookville.
sunk 3 inches every time you walk on it.
That negated a little bit of the quickness from you guys inside,
Well,
right?
that was huge for us.
All right, well, here we go. 1st and 10, 5:55 to go. And Brock Ebright's done a nice job at quarterback, his first start of his career, and Eaton calls timeout. Well, hey, Ty, 5:49 left. Let's take a timeout in the field. We'll take a timeout here as you watch high school football on YouTube.
Welcome back, everybody. 5:49 remaining tonight's contest. 18-18 your score. Eaton on a drive with 1st and 10 at the Wave 14-yard line. And gentlemen, we need a stop. Or a turnover, certainly a stop.
Yeah. Now, turnover would be sweet, wouldn't it?
Right now, it'd be huge. But you've got to keep them out of the end zone. We'll give up a field goal, but not the end zone.
Well, Greenville still has 3 timeouts left, so time really is not a factor right now, but it's going to be one fairly shortly here if we don't stop them. Nice cut. Good tackle inside. Yep. Held him about a 3-yard gain. Going to be just outside the 10-yard line and bring up a 2nd, and we'll call it 7.
The only time that time would be an issue is if they keep eating the clock down to where under a minute and they kick a field goal, we got to score with less than that. So there's a little bit of that.
Well, we've got, like I say, we've got 3 timeouts left, so we can stop it if we have to, yeah.
Well, let's see what we can do here. 2nd down and 7, ball on the 11-yard line. So time
I don't know,
Mike.
Mike, you think they're going to put it in the air here, or they're going to keep it on the ground?
They're going to keep it on the ground.
Yep.
Keep her down.
I think that's what I would do as well.
Uh-oh,
counter.
Nice
play.
tackle.
Oh, pretty play. That was huge by Staver, man. That was a nice job.
That's
Ryan
Crampton.
Staver.
As I say, 38-39 is tough to see out there. I thought
Who made that tackle?
I think it was Crampton.
Was it Crampton?
Yeah, 38-39. It's tough to tell sometimes out there. At least that's what they called over the PA system.
Well, then I believe it. There is a 39 out there and a 38 out
I know,
earlier.
It's tough to see them because we start getting down there, so just a little darker, and I got old eyes.
Oh, nice play then by number 39, Ryan Compton. By Ryan. I'll say Ryan. Both of them are Ryans. You can't go wrong that well.
Oh, big play, 3rd and 8. Uh-oh. It's going to be a delay of game. Clock ran down on him.
Oh, my golly. Boy, oh, boy, that make a coach's hair turn gray right there.
Now, one thing we got to think about a little bit here, Ty, if we can stop him and force a 4th down, this Michael kid's got the leg. Now, he's also 0 for 2.
I'll tell
on
you,
kicks tonight.
I'll take a field goal over a touchdown.
That's
right?
exactly
So
right.
I'll have to take my chance.
Well, I take a missed field goal over a field goal right now.
Yeah, no points.
No points is right. Well, this brings 3rd and 12.
Don't give up the big one, boys. Here we go. Big play, both teams.
3rd and
Here's
12
the
at the
snap.
17.
Going back to pass, trying to find somebody.
Uh-oh.
Got a man beat.
He catch it? He
Yeah.
did. Oh, my.
I got beat back
In
there.
the back corner of the end zone. Who caught that?
Number 2.
Is that Josh Martin with the catch?
Again, he got
Boy.
behind us. Boy, we can't let him behind us.
And
Ouch.
Ebright laid it out there where only his man could get to it, and it was right in the back corner of the end zone. Oh, my. 4:10 left, and Eaton goes up 24-18.
Man, one of the things you didn't want to happen is have someone get behind you.
Well, that was a 65-yard drive that took a little over 5.5 minutes off the clock, Ty.
Well, we'll have to
Let's
miss
see.
this,
This is a
maybe
big
miss it.
extra point.
I think he got that one.
He got
Well,
it.
just like that, Eaton answers the call. Wow. And goes ahead 25-18. Wave will have the ball with 4:10 remaining.
That was a
Here we
big
go.
offensive drive by Eaton. Greenville had them back on their heels. We'd rocked them pretty well here in the second half, and then that 65-yard drive, especially coming back off that penalty that moved them back an extra 5 yards.
Right. Now one thing is you want to teach your defensive back, do not let the guy get behind you, and that's what happened. He got behind us there, and boom.
Yeah, that's too bad. Nice pass, though, by Ebright.
It was pretty.
Where only Morton kid could catch it. So.
Yep, pretty
Well,
pass.
You ever get a chance to play on artificial surf or run around on one like we have here?
No, never.
I think that would have helped you guys because you always had good footing, I would have thought.
Certainly, that last football game it would have been, for sure.
You know, that's one of those things. Do you hear you're 50 years later on some of these games, do you remember certain plays or certain games where you can say, hey, I know we did this, this, and this?
The best games to remember is the best one ever was when we went up to St. Mary's, Holman's old
alma mater.
Yeah, and we won, and he was so happy he cried. I mean, it
was that your junior or senior?
Junior.
Junior year.
His first year for Greenville.
It was a pass final to Rhodes, wasn't it? Got a touchdown on that?
Yes.
Pretty.
Well, here's Michael to kick off. 4:10 left.
Squibbed that one.
Regulation. Yeah, he squibbed that one. Picked up there by Million Bryant.
Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
Oh, broke a couple tackles.
Nicely
Good
done.
run.
All right, good job, Million.
Man, that gave us an extra 10 yards after the initial hit there. And Million's laid out. He'll get up here, though. That was a nice, he broke a couple tackles. So we're going to start at the 25. Once again, it seems like we've started just about every drive inside our 25. They're going to mark it at 27 on forward progress.
But we've
had long fields. We've had long fields tonight.
Inside the 30. Well, 4:02.
Let's see if we got an answer. See if we got an answer to this. Trailing 25-18. Alex Warner along with Ty House, our fourth quarter guest, Mike Schroyer from that 71 undefeated MVL championship football team. And well, let's see what the Wave can put together here. Start out with a handoff to Short.
He'll drive 5 yards, maybe 4 or 5 yards. Good run.
Ty, he had 130 yards rushing in the first half. He's getting close to 200 if he's not exceeded it.
I would think.
Boy, he's run hard.
Still a nice game for the young man.
An impressive varsity debut for the prodigal son returns back to Greenville, huh? 3:35. Clock continues to run, and it's 2nd and 5 at the Wave 31. 69 yards from pay dirt here. Short again, going to pop it outside.
Boy, he saved himself 4 or 5 yards right there.
Boy, that's going to be close. Nope, he's going to come up short.
Yes. He's still 2 yards short.
It'll be 3rd and 2 now.
He was hit behind at the line, and again, about a 1 yard, and he was quick enough and strong enough to break a couple tackles to at least move the ball forward. I like him. He falls forward.
Yeah. So, Ty, here we go. We're going to be under 3 minutes when this ball snaps. So now the clock really factors into it. But again, we have 3 timeouts left. Boy, we're taking a lot of time to get this play off. This is going to be Bush rolling to his left, going deep. Uh-oh, come on.
Intercepted.
Did he intercept that, or is it incomplete?
Wow, thank goodness.
Thank you. Pass was a little underthrown, and both the defender and receiver fell down on that.
It was pretty good coverage. The receiver was step by step on Alex Baumgartner that time, and it had to take a perfect throw to make that complete. It was just good defensive play.
Ty, what's happening here? It must be Schroeder's got too much hot air here because we're getting moisture, or where's that coming from?
Well,
we're fogging up on the windows.
Wasn't there before Mark got here?
I was going to say, we were going good until Schroeder showed up.
I make everything hot.
Bragger.
25-18, Eaton by 7, 2:45 left, and Greenville with a 4th and 3 at their own 35. Got to convert here.
Got to make it happen.
Got to convert on 4th and 3.
Screenplay.
I just get it to short someplace out in the flat. Come on, Hayden.
Got to go faster. Why?
Caught it? No.
Flag.
Wait a minute. Oh, it's going to be a personal foul, late hit maybe?
Boy, that'd be
Well, that's a first down regardless.
He was open, and Hayden, about one more second, had been.
What's the flag? Going to be personal foul?
We'll
it looks
see.
in that place on the field. Yeah, personal foul against roughing the passer. All right. And that moves it another 15 yards. So that'll take it from like the 38 into Eaton territory here. 2:38 left, and that's a big call there. That's the first personal foul we've had tonight, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Pretty good, cleanly played ball game.
All right, 1st and 10 at the Eaton 47 with 2:38 left. 25-18, Wave trail by 7.
There's a snap, back to pass. Looking, nobody's there.
Got to be somebody open.
Oh, wow.
Million Bryant came back.
Behind him. Was a mix-up in the defense
Right.
because he was behind. I'm sure.
Well, Million came back, and the defensive back and the safety kind of lost him a little bit.
Well, the
Nice
defensive
pass.
back had to short. The defensive safety thought had long, and nobody had in between.
Tell you, Hayden Bush had a pretty good evening tonight, hadn't he?
Yes, he has. Nice play.
Well, this ball's down at the 31-yard line now. Here's Short. I keep thinking he's going to pop one again here. He got stopped for maybe 2-yard gain.
Tackle nicely by number 58, Brady Rice.
Ty, this game is going to come down to the wire here. The clock's going to be under 2 minutes when we snap the next play. Greenville does have 3 timeouts left. The ball's at the 29-yard line, 2nd and 8. First game of the season here in this.
It's a barn burner here.
Yeah, it's a great game tonight.
Back to pass again.
Uh-oh.
Under pressure.
Gonna be
Oh, no. Boy, that's too slow to get
Yeah,
out there. That's just too long
Tried to hit
throw.
Baumgartner over there that time.
That's a long throw to go 5 yards.
Tell you what, some of these guys from that 71 football team going to have a little heart pain after this one way or another. This is getting pretty tense here. Some of these guys you haven't seen in a long time, right, Mike?
Oh, yeah. I mean, been a couple of them I didn't even recognize at first, but then
A couple of them
once I
didn't
say who it is, then you go, oh, my gosh, yes.
Yeah. Then a couple of them didn't recognize you either, probably. All right.
It's been nice. It was good to see everybody. It really was.
1:48 left. Wave trail by 7. 3rd and 8. Aidan Bush gets hit from behind and staggers forward. Let's see where they're going to mark him. Another big 4th down play, Ty.
He needs a relief guy up more in the middle. He's got 3 guys long, but you need somebody coming across to help out in the middle. Just a little dump off for just such emergency.
Okay, clock runs with 1:25, and it is 4th and 8.
Here comes the ball game.
At the 27. I'd say more like 4th and 6. Okay, this a huge play right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Back snap.
This is Bush. He's got receivers flooded out here. Get the ball to him. There he is. Did he catch that?
Yes.
Nice catch.
Pretty pass.
Is that
pretty
Baumgartner again?
Yep.
Alex Baumgartner's had a big game, hasn't he? That was a
sure
nice
has.
catch. He had to go down on his knees to haul that in.
Well, there's
Big
timeout.
conversion.
Wow. Ball's on the 27-yard line. Wow, wow, wow.
No, it's down further than that. That ball's down in the 19.
Yes, I take it about 18-yard line.
Yeah,
Yep.
1st and 10. Wave call a timeout. They have 2 left, trailing by 7. Mike, do you remember, did you guys have any come from behind wins late junior and senior year? Anything you remember?
Senior year, possibly, but the junior year, I think we were pretty much
In the lead the whole way, huh?
Yeah.
It was a big play, St. Mary's. I think that was toward the end of the game we scored that touchdown. It was like really neck and neck, wasn't it?
Right.
And then when a great defensive stop at the very end, then they had the ball, and then I think John Hathaway made a stop down at the end. It's 4th down or something to seal it. But it was really a good contest. That to me was the big mark right there of our team right there.
Yes.
Set up the rest of the season as you went
They
into
did. I
league
mean, they
play.
were always, St. Mary's was always pretty tough, and
That was our second game of the year, I think.
playing with get to play with the big boys then.
Well, here we go. Wave trail by 7. Minute and 10 seconds left. 1st and 10 as they set up shop at the Eaton 18-yard line. And wide receivers split out wide right. Bush pitches to short. See if he can pop something here. Nice cut. What a nice cut.
All right. It's
Down to the 13, 14-yard line.
And clock's going to run.
Wave still have those 2 timeouts. We're under a minute
They
now.
need to get set up quick.
We couldn't have won a better game to start the season with
It's
there.
been exciting.
It'll be even better if Greenville pulls this one out. Okay, Bush back to throw. Got a little pressure. Run with it. Hang on to it. Nice cut. Stop just a little short. And a timeout called by Bart Schmidt. Coach Schmitz runs out on the field there. Grabs the official and calls timeout. 36 seconds left, and it'll be 3rd down.
2 plays to go here.
You know, really, you don't really need to say much about the yardage because you're going to go regardless. But it is going to be 3rd and 6, the ball resting at the 14-yard line here. Wow. What a great start to the season. We're not going to see any more competitive ball game the rest of the year, Ty, I don't think.
I'd be
Might mention
hard-pressed.
Eaton after this. Next week, Eaton goes to Talawanda. There's an Eaton player down on the field. Eaton goes to Talawanda, and Greenville travels down to take on Stebbins down in Riverside, there by the Air Force Base. Stebbins laid it on somebody, put 55 on them tonight. That's a team that won a playoff game last year. That's going to have our hands full next week. But let's forget about that. Let's get this. 3rd and 5. They've changed it. 3rd and 5. The ball at the 13-yard line. 36 seconds left. Wave have 1 timeout left. Boy, we've had 2 big 4th down conversions. 2 huge 4th down conversions, and then the roughing the passer penalty gave us that extra 15 yards.
I would almost pitch it to an outside run to the running back and let him get him outside and knock himself out of bounds. We want to go past the ball. Okay.
Well, we got short. We're short. He's spread out wide left.
He's not even in there.
Well, let's see what happens. Hayden Bush. There he is. Threw it behind him.
Yep.
Well, Ty, this is the 3rd 4th down play coming up here. 32 seconds left, and none bigger than this one.
Yep. I would have had shorter. I mean, I would have had him a quick pitch to the outside, get knocked out of bounds. You've gained a few.
Hey, Coach Schroyer, what are you calling here? 4th and 5.
Definitely another pass.
He's going to go with the pass, huh?
Got to go the same play. That was open that time, just the pass was behind him.
Who's that in? Is that Curtis beside Hayden Bush?
Yep.
Come on, roll left. He's got got pressure. Intercepted. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my. Oh, this is too bad. That's going to be oh, my. That's about a 92-yard interception return.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Well, that's
too bad.
Dangerous pass out in the flat. They've had a couple opportunities, and boy, who picked that off? Who was that?
But boy, you never know. We didn't use short at all in the last couple plays, and man, I thought, wow, he's a threat back there. He wasn't even in the.
Who was that intercepted that?
I couldn't see because of the fog. To be honest with you,
our windows are getting fogged up here. We'll have to check and see who intercepted that pass. Martin did. Number 2.
He's had a heck of a game.
He's had a good ball game, both offensively and defensively.
Yes, nice player.
Well, that was a 90-some-yard interception return, and boy, oh boy, Ty. 4th down play at the 13, and now it's 31-18, and that was huge by senior Josh Martin.
Wow.
Well, that's too bad. Wave did a great job tonight, but you got to hand it to Eaton too. They
made the plays when they
made some plays when they needed to. That's exactly right.
Hats off to them. I was kind of disappointed not to see Brock in the last couple series there.
Yeah.
This is a threat.
Yeah.
They were working on his left leg foot for some reason.
Is that it?
Maybe that's it.
Had his shoe off.
Oh. Boy, that's too bad. Well, hey, you called for the pass play there, Coach Schroyer.
Yeah, it's your fault.
I didn't make it.
It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
Should have ran it over the left guard.
Oh, boy.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's too bad. Boy, just a great second half effort by the green and white tonight. And doggone it, going to come up short, aren't we?
Yep.
Boy, that is too bad. This has been a tremendous ball game to get things going here. Well, we keep this up. We'll see how the rest of the season shakes out here. We'll have all the home games here on YouTube for you folks, and hopefully we'll start being able to do a few other things to simulcast through Darke County now. That was a smooth kick that time.
And that's good. 32-18. Well, the score is not going to indicate this contest at any stretch of imagination. This game was much closer than that score is going to indicate. That's a shame. For a Wave fan, that's disappointing. If you're Eaton fan, whew, they're saying thank you very much. We got out of this one.
Yeah. I'll tell you, 14 seconds left. Mike, thanks for stopping by, buddy. It's been a pleasure. We've had
Mike, thank you.
Had Mike Stiegel to start things off, followed by Mark Neusanger, Mark Warder, and now Mike Schroyer. And
well, thanks.
It's been good having you up here.
Thanks
man.
for having me up. You guys do a heck of a job.
Well,
congratulations on a 71 season.
All right.
That's right.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mike.
Catch you later.
Okay, thanks a lot for stopping by. Mike Schroyer, left guard on that undefeated ball club. All 145 pounds of him, right?
And one of the best in the league. The best in the league.
Thanks, Mike. Well, Ty?
Well, that's disappointing, isn't it? That's heartbreaker. I mean, it's going to look like 32-18, like, wow, Eaton dominated, but no, not at all, not any stretch of imagination. And, wow, nice interception, good defense. Wow.
Well, that's too bad. This Wave Ball Club laid it on the line there and made some big plays on fourth down. They just couldn't convert the third time on that drive, could they?
No. Like I say, it's only 5 yards to go, 3rd and 5. I had hindsight's 20/20, but one pass, guy was open, just a little bit behind him.
Yeah.
Just a game of inches there.
That was a nice defensive play. Josh Martin, he's
had a great game.
Yeah, he's listed at 5'11", 140. I'll tell you what, for 140 pounds, he does a great job both offensively and defensively. He caught the touchdown pass to put him up 25. He scored the last 2 touchdowns here for him, didn't he?
He's done the job tonight.
And we knew that because he was one of the leading ball players coming back offensively.
Yep.
This Michael kid bangs it. He's not going to take it deep this time. Going to kind of
let time click off.
It's
fumble.
There's going to be a flag thrown too. I'm not sure what that's going to be. Fumble's recovered, or he just marked where the ball was.
Yeah, he marked it.
Okay. Well, Million Bryant coughs it up there, but with only 6 seconds left, that's not going to make much difference one way or the other.
No.
Well, that's too bad. That's too bad. 32-18 is going to be your final score here, and
I would assume Eaton will take a knee and
yeah, I would hope so.
Get this over with. Not pull a Sydney.
Yeah.
Never forget that.
It always comes back to Sydney, doesn't it, Tom?
Well, it was. They did that. Threw a pass. So the game was over, and they got through like a bomb. No one was doing anything.
Right. Yeah.
Coach claimed he never.
This is the so-called victory formation here.
Yeah, that's a ball game.
That's your ball game. Well, hey, your final score here on opening night at Harmon Field, Miami Valley North Stadium is Eaton 32, Greenville 18. Ty and I'll be back in just a minute and wrap things up here on YouTube. We're back in just a minute.
Well, that concludes tonight's contest. Eaton comes away with a 32-18 victory over the Wave, and that score does not indicate how close this game was, as the Wave were on a drive and a 93-yard touchdown returned by Eaton stopped that drive and sealed the victory for the Eaton Eagles. Tough loss for Greenville, happy win for the Eagles. Take a look at some stats. We had some good players tonight. We saw some good action.
We saw a great ball game for the opening game of the season here. Eaton 240 yards rushing, Greenville 235. Yep. 155 yards passing for Eaton, 173 for Greenville. So just a close ball game statistically. Both teams fumbled once, lost it. Penalties, Greenville only had 2 penalties for a total of 15 yards.
Nice.
9 penalties, 82 yards for Eaton. But when you take a look at it, Aidan Williams, 219 yards on 17 carries. Of course, the 88-yard touchdown run was a huge play. And there were huge plays all night long on both sides.
Like that last interception was a huge play.
Yeah. Brock Short, in his debut as a running back for the Green and White, 207 yards on 27 carries, broke tackles right and left. Brock Ebright, the quarterback of Eaton, 10 for 15, no interceptions and 3 touchdowns, so he got off to a good start. Hayden Bush came on strong, 10 of 20.
Right.
Had that big interception there at the end, 150 yards passing for a touchdown. Alex Bumgardner, 5 catches, 104 yards, and had a really good game.
He had 3 really nice catches.
Yeah.
Nice job.
And so, as we mentioned, we're down 18-3 at halftime, came back, pretty much dominated play through about a quarter and a half there, tied it. And then Eaton, can't knock a 65-yard drive, came back after a penalty and then had a touchdown pass.
Yeah.
To
we had him back as it was a 3rd and long.
Braden Deem, yeah. And then the interception, Greenville on that last drive, 3 fourth down plays, converted the first 2, and then unfortunately the interception down the sideline. 25-18 deficit all of a sudden becomes 32-18.
Yeah.
So.
Well, within striking distance. Again, the score, if you look at it now, does not indicate how great a ball game this was. So exciting first ball game, and Wave a lot to build on.
Yeah. Wave next week travel down to Riverside, take on a Stebbin Indian Ball Club. It's going to be a handful, I'm afraid. Eaton, on the other hand, goes down to Oxford and takes on the Talawanda Braves. I'd like to thank Michael Bryant and Shane Bragg, our cameramen and producers here tonight. Ty, 16th year, starts off with a tough loss, but there's hope. The Wave showed some promise out there tonight. And, boy, the one thing we got to worry about now is DJ Zimmer. Hurt that knee on the first defensive possession, didn't play the rest of the night. Brock Short came up just a little short there because his ankle or whatever got tweaked, and he was off the field for those last 2 plays.
Yes, that was
huge. And that limited our options on what to run. But anyhow, final score here, 32-18, the Eaton Golden Eagles over the Greenville GreenWave. Tyne will be back in a few weeks as they take on the Fairborn Skyhawks. Good night, everybody.
Good night.